Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, my enemy. How's it going, Envelope? I won't be on here like too late tonight because I gotta get up a little bit earlier tomorrow. We'll party for a little while. What have you guys been up to today? Have a good day? I have a dermatologist appointment tomorrow. Oh, way to go, my enemy. I've only got 2 left till tomorrow. I usually drink 2 at a time. Once in a while, 3. Bear witness to the greatest beer ever.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Are you saluting your dragon's milk
Yes,
there?
I am. Giving a moment of honor to it.
Are we going to take a moment of silence?
Yes. Giving a moment of honor. It was a loving spoonful.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, Mark?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Awesome. Good.
So I'm sitting here and watching Tom with the ghost. Everybody knows who the ghost is, my other. And I happened to say something nice to Dribbles. And then Tom says, "Do you remember this, Tom?" Tom says, "So how does your significant other feel when you think you might be bending over one of your subscribers?"
Oh, sorry about that.
I spit my coffee out. I looked at her. She looked at me, and all I could do was laugh. And then I got online and let you know that, hey, you know that she was listening. Eh?
That must have been a 3 beer dragon's milk night.
It certainly was. Nah, it was just a joke. She took it in good stride. She knows.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
It's not something that happens in real life. Or actually, it does, doesn't it? People meet on YouTube left, right, and center.
Right. So I'm assuming you've been playing in your bands, which is why you haven't been on the weekends?
Yeah, we were busy this weekend. This weekend we were in the studio in Guelph, and then we have a few parties coming up. This is generally where it goes from outside to inside, and we do a lot of house parties.
Yeah. Hey, look who's here tonight. Air Cooled. Remember him, Mark?
Air Cool. Yeah, I do. That rings a bell.
Yeah, where you been, man? So that's good. You're busy doing that. It's nice seeing like you got a vibrant entertainment community around you.
Yeah, it is. It's getting. We're getting right into it too. I happened to get in with this last band right in the creating stages, so I get a lot of input as to what music we're going to be playing, and that helps a lot. And the other band is all originals, anyways, so I have to write my own parts for that. That's a little work.
Oh, okay.
And I have to write all my pieces for his pieces, right? And what I'm gonna play. So that takes a little bit of listening to the song a few times, playing over it a couple of times, and then asking the author, just sort of what you were looking for.
Oh, good for you.
Usually I start off, I'll ask the guy, what did you hear in there? Organ, electric piano, or acoustic piano? And I'll give him a choice of three like that. Because I don't really do a buzzy synthesizer sound. I don't really like that sound.
Yeah.
280-ish for me.
Yeah.
But and then he'll say, yeah, I kind of hear organ in that, Mark. And then I'll take it from there and I'll write an organ bit for him.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, so you're having fun.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. I wouldn't be doing anything else, to be quite honest with you. Well, but maybe that, but that's about it.
Yeah, right. That's over too.
I wouldn't say that, pal.
Well, you're not me.
It doesn't have to be, though.
No, that's true. I want it to be.
There you go. It's your choice. I don't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
different
would,
strokes.
I will dread those days when they come, I think. I'll go through a serious, questionable period at that time.
Yeah. Well, we all get there eventually.
Do I have that to look forward to?
I wouldn't say that. I think you ought to write a book.
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you guys been together how long now?
32.
Yeah, you need to write a book.
Yeah, I guess. How about the people that have been together 60, 65 years together?
Hey, Frisky. Wow.
Oh, people. Now that's writing a book worthy.
But I think if you make it that long, that there's a lot of luck involved in that you've grown and changed the same.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of compromise too. A lot of yes, dear, or okay, we'll do it your way.
Yeah, because I think that the reasons you were together at 20 are totally different at 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing that two people can make it that long.
Well, I don't know about me. I think amazing. I think just like you said, it takes a lot of work.
You probably had a lot of problems throughout the year that you just resolved, right?
Yeah, anything that did happen was always treated intelligently and in a compassionate sort of manner,
Yeah. I preferred screaming and leaving for a couple days.
Yeah, that's it. I like the silent treatment.
Yeah, right. Well, good.
Tom's like, I preferred the kicking and screaming and
slamming doors.
Yeah.
Breaking the dishes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at this. Eric, he has he's had some health problems. He had that ankle problem, He fell and cracked 4 ribs and cut his head pretty bad on a vase.
Oh, no.
25 staples in his head.
Oh, wow. That's major.
Well, 60th wedding anniversary. That's crazy.
See, there you go. It's possible.
I would love to hear the real deal story of a couple who's been married for 60 years. Not the, cookie, the everything's okay, everything is
Shit,
awesome.
yeah.
I want to.
I was married for 37 years. The part I leave out is that 25 of them I was gone.
It's true.
It is true. Yeah. Yep. Crazy. Well, good luck, Air Cooled. I hope you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Air Cooled.
I mean, if you look on here now, of course, I'm newly divorced. Mary's divorced.
Congratulations.
Rob is divorced. Let's see. I don't know if Faye's divorced or not. Stephanie's divorced. Rita's divorced. So this is why we hold you in such high regard. You always have kind of a respect for someone that did something that you couldn't.
You think? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you just look at a sampling of a simple chat, I mean, you're there's way more us than there are you. So when we hear somebody that intelligently worked things out over 32 years, we just shake our heads.
In bewilderment.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
How do
you.
you celebrate anniversaries?
No, never won.
Oh, this is getting somewhere now. You may have the secret to it all.
Maybe. Don't do anything.
Look at Michelle tonight.
You look dashing, Michelle.
What's that?
You look dashing.
Oh,
Dashing.
thank you.
Yeah, turn on the light, please.
Turn on a light. There's a light on.
Oh, I guess you do look dashing. You feel better?
He was cracking a wise one, Michelle.
Yeah, I know. I know. Thanks, Tom.
And well, that's good. That's good. And another thing too, Michelle, you probably don't know this, Mark, but he celebrated 32 years with the
Congratulations. I
same
mean,
woman, but they never married. Yeah, that shuts you up,
no,
didn't it?
you guys are married. I'm sorry. Whatever. I don't care what.
Mark?
Never married, no. No,
You guys are spiritually married, okay?
I guess by the legal term, in legal terms, we are. Right?
Do they recognize that in Canada?
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. They gotta find somebody a reason to hit you up when you leave, to look after the one you left, and possibly the children you left behind when you leave.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't think we were talking about that the other night on here. Common law is not recognized, I guess.
It is big time.
Not here though.
It depends on what state you're
No,
in.
I don't think there's any state that has it
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think so, but I'm not 100% on that.
Really?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow.
You know, Tribbles was saying on here the other night that, you know, we were talking about Social Security benefits and when a spouse dies.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she wasn't married long enough, which was 10 years. And I looked it up. And it looks, as far as I could look back, that you only need to be married 9 months to get spouse's Social Security benefits when your spouse dies.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
It would. I mean, 10 years. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, I think well, if yeah. Well, you know what though too, and I don't know if this may pertain to her situation, but I believe with Social Security benefits, and I don't know if he was married beforehand, but I think whatever spouse was married the longest.
Yeah, there's probably something to that.
Yeah, I think there's some.
Yeah, well, you know, I told people, I just talked to another guy today. I told him about it. You can go over here, you can get a Social Security consult. Because there's a lot of weird, strange shit with Social Security. You know, and what I did learn on here when we were talking the other night is that they raised it to 67.
Oh, wow. To encourage people to work those extra 2 years?
To force people to work those extra 2 years to collect full benefits.
Wow, that's low.
I know a lot of people who are in their 70s who are still working.
No, hey, you better believe it. That's why.
Medical.
And there's a lot of people, you know, that's why, like this Social Security consultant that I got introduced to, $225, and she'll tell you the way to go and how they figure the quarters and knows every trick in the book. She worked for them for 36 years. It's worth every dime.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, Chris, how you doing, pal?
Good. How you doing? How you doing, Tom, today?
Good. How's it going?
How was your day?
Great. Your volume seems a little low to me.
My volume?
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you talk louder?
Yeah, I can talk louder. Ron Jeremy can talk louder.
That's right. Hey, Eric, cool. Good luck with everything, man. Wish the best to you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I had quite a bit of health problems.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought that you got spouse's benefits like earlier. And I don't know. You know, she's pretty knowledgeable about a lot of that stuff. I don't know where she came up with that, especially someone whose husband died around the 10-year anniversary. You would think you'd be all over collecting it.
Yeah.
Talk. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you're disabled, it's one thing. You should be able to receive benefits. That's one thing. But I don't believe that an alcoholic, someone being an alcoholic and a drug addict is considered a disability. Those people should not be receiving benefits for that.
Yeah, but they consider it a disease of the mind.
But it's
They
just
should give them maybe 3 years to do all the rehab. They give them
Yeah.
3 years
3
and
years.
job training
Yep.
and get them off of it.
yes,
Some of these people are getting out in their 20s and 30s.
yeah. It never worked, and that's wrong. Social Security was never set up for that. It was set up for people to retire like you and Mark and Tom, of course, and Debbie. It was not
That's
set
where
up.
our money is going.
Yeah.
It's all these people.
And 99% of these people are either drug related or they have alcohol problems. That's not right. I have a disability because I've been on disability since childhood. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but people could argue that you could work too.
Oh,
He's got
true.
developmental disability.
Right, I got developmental.
No, I know, but you could do like labor and stuff.
Well, yeah, I could. I mean,
So I don't know how you could work, and that's considered. I'm not knocking you, but that's a considered disease of the mind. It's not just someone out jamming $10 bills and strippers' G-strings.
well, you think an alcoholic person that's considered a disability?
Well, I can tell you this: I don't really know enough about it, but I know that the experts and the
Right.
people that have spent time researching this know a hell of a lot more about it than I do, and I can't believe that there's anything less than some definitive proof. I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't know, but I'm assuming they know what they're talking about. It's a disease of the mind, and a manifestation of it is drinking excess amounts of alcohol.
They can't control themselves.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what it is. So if you can't control yourself, you're talking like they choose to party instead of work, and I don't think that's the case.
We've met a lot of people drinking more, and they're still getting the benefits, and they don't want to make too much money because they don't want to lose the money coming in on the disability. Now that's wrong, because we're running out of money on there for people like you and I and the rest of us who worked all these years. That's not right. If you work 35 years.
But here's another way I look at it too. Like, is blame your legislatures.
Right.
All right.
It's the same with they get on these Mexicans for coming over here and getting benefits. Hey, the legislators made those laws. You know what? They're, like it or not, they're eligible.
Yep, you're giving it to them. So
Yeah, I mean, your politicians voted this in.
They work their asses off. They don't. Hey, they'll work at 100 degrees for all day long. They don't complain at all.
No, I don't want any more white guys working on my house.
Thing, it's like these people that get food stamps. They'll sell the food stamp cards for their cigarettes and their alcohol, and that's another thing.
But that's most people. But you know what? Most people don't.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
You're talking about fraud compared to people that need them.
People that get food stamps, they sell their food stamps so they can get their alcohol or their cigarettes.
Yeah, but now let's talk about the people that need them.
Yeah.
Right. True. Yeah, there are people that. But there are people.
Well, I mean, everything's like this. You got cops on the take.
Yeah.
You've got bribery.
Well, they should put your picture on a food card then and have some ID information. You got to show your social security for that person.
They know amateur mode.
Do
Yeah, it's
something.
fraud. I mean, but this
Mark,
is
Mark, do you think people that are alcoholics and drug addicts should be receiving benefits for that?
I do, because alcoholism, and especially that are addicted to drugs is a disease of the mind. I really do.
it's a disease.
But the
Chris.
disability was a good choice.
Yeah.
Get on those drugs.
Yeah, but if, now look, just for the sake of argument, if you can't control your drinking, isn't that a disability?
But if they should be able to take rehab, job training, and give disability benefits for the 3 years.
If it was as easy as going to rehab and going to job training, there'd be a lot less alcoholics.
Well, there's a lot of those people who are working now because they want extra money. They're not getting enough because they haven't worked enough years, but they make over the certain amount they'll take their disability rates. They said, that's my income. You didn't earn that income. It just ticks me off. I went for disability. I had the MRIs. I had the shots in my spine. All the stuff I had.
Hey,
They said,
Lakota.
because you had a high school diploma, a college degree, and you were making more money than half the people in this town, you can still do something with your mind. Even though they saw my x-rays, MRIs, and all the proof of the things that were wrong with me, still are. Chris pushes me around in a wheelchair when we go play.
But if she were to walk in the courtroom with a bottle of booze,
I would have got it right away.
absolutely, they would have given it to her on the spot.
I should have walked in there with a bottle of vodka.
Yep.
Why they didn't give it to you?
Yeah.
They didn't give it to that.
The problem is too, that these young people today that are in their 20s and their 30s, just growing up now, there may not even be Social Security when these young people get old.
Hey, but I'm not trying to start an argument. Hey,
No,
but
there's 10, 11 years.
No, but-
No, you're not. We're good.
hey, no, but I'm not trying. Hey, but it's all in the sake of like hashing things out. Everybody has an opinion.
Of course,
But Debbie, Debbie, I want to ask Debbie something.
Yeah.
Debbie, you're right, but the alcoholic mind, let's say it is a disability, right? How would you feel if somebody came up to you and told you to eat less?
Well, Chris's father was an alcoholic. He lost the kids because he was an alcoholic. But guess what? He still worked for 44 years.
No, there are exceptions about that, but how would you feel if somebody told you that, why can't you just eat less and lose weight?
No, you still could do that. Then you just do it. That's all there is to it.
But this is my point on,
Yeah.
The money, you can go to Nutrisystems, and you got the money to do those things.
No, but there are lots of people, lots of places that lose weight that don't have to go to Nutrisystems.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is just an example of like a lot of things that human behavior exhibits that are just difficult to do yourself. Michelle is an example. I'm an example.
Everybody's different. For some people, something that's easier to do, like give up drinking. For some people, it's an impossibility. They just can't start to do that.
Chris, if you were totally disabled, you wouldn't be able to do side jobs.
I could still work. Mine is I have the attention deficit. Well, I can work, but then for so long, then my mind just kind of.
There's a lot of people. Now, I'm not one of them, but there's a lot of people that think attention deficit disorder is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they do.
Fibromyalgia.
Right.
That's another one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answers to this stuff. I'm just saying there's lots of, it's like being chronically depressed. It's like, we'll snap out of it. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, if somebody's in their 20s or 30s, though, they shouldn't think that for the next 40, 60 years of their life, they should be collecting a check.
But you guys, they are getting this stuff documented and submitted by physicians. It's not like somebody's drawing straws.
Well, some of them don't. I've had people I've known who've been going in and out for testing, but
how would you feel if you broke your back and you applied for disability and you got denied? How would you feel?
Pissed.
And you paid into the system.
And you paid into the system.
Yeah, I'd be fighting at right and center.
Yeah, with Social
right.
Security, sometimes you do have to get like a lawyer involved, and
Michelle's right.
It takes a couple
Oh,
years.
yeah, you always get denied the first time, right? Then you got to
You
get.
have to fight for it sometimes.
There was somebody on here the other night, though, that, if you've got proper medical work, okay, there's lots of people that get it the first time.
Okay. All honesty, do you think there's Michelle and Tom and Mark? In all fairness, do you think there's too many people on it that should not be on it?
I don't know.
I think anything like that, there's going to be people on it that shouldn't be on it.
Right.
What's some other examples? Not just disability, but in anywhere where they're handing out money, there's going to be people that aren't eligible that are awarded it and go ahead and take it. Like when they were handing out checks during COVID, a lot of people that didn't need those checks still, I'm sure, grabbed them up.
Hey, Chris, I'm not knocking you, but this is the devil's advocate. You say you have attention deficit disorder, and look at the collection of DVDs and movies you watch.
Okay, yes.
But he doesn't watch them. The thing is, he'll watch like 2 minutes of a movie.
No, but I mean, I just, you know, and it's the old adage, until you walked in their shoes.
Yeah. Well, he's got developmental disabilities as well. Not just thinking.
Yeah. But,
There's a lot of things he just doesn't understand.
I mean,
No, but I think, you know,
I get $1,600. I get $1,600 a month because of my dad for 44 years. But I'll tell you one thing: if I wasn't receiving that, I'd be dead on the street right now. I'd be homeless.
the same as the alcoholic
You know.
and the fibromyalgia. You just have a different kind of issue. But Chris, your dad collected Social Security, didn't he?
When he retired, yes.
For how long?
Well, my dad probably. My dad died in 2008, so he's probably only received about 10.
This has been getting it since he was 14.
Right, but if you looked at what you and your dad took out, I bet it was more than he put in.
He put in 44 years.
My brother, my younger brother, Peter, he gets the same exact amount I do. Me and him are the only two in our family that get that every month. Me and him are the only two.
But he's on disability too.
Yes.
They were pulled out of the home because of their disabilities. Because of the
No,
parents.
but I'm saying, like, if you looked at what you get, what he gets, and what your dad took,
Right.
you guys have got more than your dad ever paid in.
My dad was getting
But you're still
My
getting
dad
it,
was
which I'm happy for you.
right.
But the point is like you're an example of taking more out than putting in, the same thing that you criticize the alcoholic for.
Right.
Yes, but he couldn't help his
But
problem.
at the same time,
The alcoholic.
$1,600 is poverty. I'm not. That ain't. People think that's a lot of money. That ain't nothing. That isn't.
Well, I know. I think when you're on Social Security, I think you can still work part-time. You just can't work full-time, right? Or when you're
I
on
can work.
something like that.
I'm allowed to gross $1,000 a month.
No, I think it's about
1,800. I'm allowed to make $1,800 a month.
On top of your 16, and they don't take anything away, right?
No, you got to report your.
But here's the thing, in all hey, look, I'm glad you get it. I'm glad you get it.
Well, SSI.
I'm glad you get it. But who would have decided, where does this line start and end,
I don't.
where you can make $1,000 a month? I mean, how'd they come up with this magic number? It would seem to me either you're disabled or you're not. And if you can make $1,000 a month, I mean, who decides this? For what reason? Because
Maybe you decide that that's what you're capable of making.
People who have never worked at SSI,
Go
which
by
is
how much
separate
you earn. I
to
think it's just by how much.
supplemental.
I think it's what you earn. Yeah. Have you
No,
ever
but
tried to apply for this?
what's that?
Mark, have you ever tried to apply for disability?
Do me? No.
Oh. Have you ever
I
tried
don't.
Tom?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Tom, you've never tried?
No, I would have though if I had one. I mean, I don't think that being a drug addict, well, maybe not drug addict because I don't know enough about it, but I don't think being an alcoholic, real legitimate, bona fide, diagnosed chronic drinker, is any different than what you're doing. They can't help it.
Right.
This isn't somebody that's partying and thumbing their finger at the government for being dumb enough to pay their rent and support them because they party every night. It's not that. It's legitimate brain disorder.
Right, but being an alcoholic is not a disability.
Is not what?
I've got a lot of family
It's
members
not a
who've been
disability.
alcoholics.
Yes, it is. It's a brain disease.
People
It's a
choose.
temporary disease.
People
No,
choose.
no, wrong. No, it's a disease of the brain, Chris.
Just like smoking. Smoking is
It's
a
just
choice.
like it's just being an arsonist, a pedophile, a kleptomaniac.
A smoker, even.
Well,
The
I
smoker.
think, well, I
We all
think,
have choices in
The
life.
thing is, though, if they didn't work at all, they won't be able to get disabilities because you have to work 10 years to get assisted disability.
We all have
They can
choices.
get
Like
SSI.
smoking cigarettes is a choice. Either you don't do it or you don't. You do it or you don't do it. Drinking beer is a choice. If you're going to drink.
No, you're not getting it. You're missing the point here. You're missing the point. It's
There was
one
a
thing
beer
drinking a
sitting here.
beer.
My
It's one
choice.
thing
If I want
drinking a
if I wanna
beer,
drink
which I'm doing right now. It's another
That's your
thing
choice, though.
being
You don't
no.
have
It's
to
a
drink that beer.
no, but I can quit drinking the beer. An alcoholic can't.
Exactly. It's a choice.
How about,
It's not a choice.
Chris, how about obese people? They can't quit eating.
No, he never did, Rita.
You're saying the same thing. An obese person just stop eating.
But Tom's not an alcoholic. Tom's
There's-
not an alcoholic. He drinks occasionally, but that's not considered alcoholic, though.
But he's not on disability.
Okay, Tom. Do you think someone that drinks a couple beers here and there is considered an alcoholic?
No,
No.
that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Because an alcoholic can't just drink a couple. It's a disease of the mind. You act like it's, should I jog today or tomorrow?
No, but they can
Alcoholic tends to drink the same time every day, whether it's all day or whether they start at 5 o'clock at night and do it every night. It's still an alcoholic.
They have
Okay,
a physical
My
addiction.
dad was, and he quit drinking when I was 21.
Okay,
I graduated
so you
college,
think-
and he
so-
didn't drink again.
So you think
it's
being
fine.
gay? So you think being gay or straight is a choice, too?
No,
No,
you
no.
really missed that one.
there's a biological connection to
So
homosexuality.
you don't think being gay or straight is a choice, right?
No,
So you
No.
don't. So you don't believe people are born gay, or do you?
I do.
Yeah.
People are.
Okay, but you know what? That a lot of I believe you're born that way, but a lot of people will tell you that they don't believe it. They don't believe that you're born that way.
Yeah, well, it's angry people that find fault in everything they don't agree with.
Scared and angry people. People that are worried.
So you don't think. So you really don't think being gay is a choice?
No,
It's not, Chris.
You think? Do you think it's a choice, Michelle?
I know a lot of gay people, so I don't want to talk on their behalf.
Yeah.
no, talk in your own opinion.
I'm not gay, so I mean I can't.
Do you think it's a choice, or do you think you're born that way?
I feel
I have a lot of
I've talked with many people from
over
the
40 years
community,
still
and
quit.
they'll tell you that
Hey, get to the fucking point. I'm asking you, not what they said.
it's not a choice.
Thank
what-
you. God damn it. You hear that, Chris?
Some people will argue with you with that.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
fucking
but we
idiots.
talk about
Idiots.
gay fellas that will tell you. They don't
Yeah.
understand
Idiots.
the-
Or some people that go to Michelle's local Catholic church.
Maybe.
We have a lot of Catholic people who are gay.
That's
Like our
what a
friend-
what a dilemma, man. Talk about a disability.
But
Yeah.
our friend
Hey, Roman Catholic and gay. It could be a sitcom.
It really could, man. A bumper sticker.
you know,
What
You know-
a
you know
fucking
something?
problem. And
what's
that would
really
make you
funny
want to drink, Mark. We could get double disability.
The bumper sticker will say, "Feel sorry for us. We're homosexual, Roman Catholic, and gay, and alcoholics."
No, exactly
I
right.
love. I feel bad for
I think it's.
Our
I
friend-
think we've come up with
our
something.
friend Bill, a really good friend of ours named Bill. You know, he died a couple years ago.
Yeah, but he was anti everything. His dad was a Baptist minister, so he was like crazy. Anyway.
And he was so against. He didn't believe that people were born gay or not, or anything. You know,
He was a Baptist.
and his neighbors next door were lesbians, right? So when he had a heart attack and he passed out, she was breathing into him. And
CPR on.
CPR, he would have went nuts. He would have,
You see, it's all trying to save his life, but he died anyway. I probably saw her and passed out.
Hey, speaking of lesbians, I'd like to bring something up about that.
Of course you would.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And that is like, guys and watch porn, stuff like that, lesbians. But then you'll see I've never met a woman in my life that wanted to watch two guys. And another thing that kind of fits into that I wonder about too, is women will dance together at a wedding or something, and guys would never think of that, straight guys.
Yeah.
Why? What's the difference there? Does anybody know?
Well, a couple of drunk straight guys will do it. I've seen that, but they got to be really pissed, and they will be sorry the next day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, you're right there. It's not, it's just sort of what we're used to seeing and what we're not used to seeing.
But if I saw you and I came over to Canada and we went to a wedding and say you want to slow dance, you tell me to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I would. And you're right. We could be dancing beside a couple of women who are right into it.
No, I'm just curious about this. You know, hey, by the way, too, I just happened to catch this for some reason, but I just happened to find a thing on the internet about guys wanting to have threesomes and trying to talk their wife or girlfriend into it. And I'll tell you, there was some excellent, great advice and information on Reddit. Even the people that thought it was absolutely wrong had some really profound rebuttals to this. You know, it wasn't just like sex, you know, either you do, you don't. But man, there's some smart people on that Reddit. I think I'm gonna read it more. It wasn't just, you know, armchair hostility bullshit.
Yeah, I've checked that Reddit before. You're right. Yeah, I did must read some. And I didn't have to talk the girls into it. They talked me into it. I was young.
I'll be back later if you're out here, okay?
All right, hey, go get a job, boy.
But we were camping at a campground in British Columbia, and we were sleeping in my brother's van that night. And actually, I was in a tent, but I ended up sleeping in a tent. And they asked me if two sisters too. They asked me if I joined them. And first they asked me how I felt about bald pussy. And then they asked me if I joined them. So I did.
Oh, you lucky bastard. I had that happen twice, actually. Once with twins. Fraternal twins, though. They weren't identical.
Wow.
Yeah. I still think about it frequently. Talk about fond memories. Fuck a vacation.
Yeah. Bring our memories back one more time. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So,
I do wonder about this. I mean, I like that shit. You guys know this, but I just wonder the origins and why it's so prevalent with men and why they think that. You know, honestly, if I could pay 10 grand or a financial fee to not think this way, I'd do it because it's a pain in the fucking ass.
well, what are you talking about now? The questions that you ask?
No, like the behavior in the way you think about, like, you know, watching lesbian videos on Pornhub shit. Like why I like it so much.
Well, back to your question as far as how we feel when we see why it's not more common here for men than men on men and women on women dancing at weddings and such. I'm surprised there isn't a study out there somewhere that has looked into that a little bit and come up with some interesting conclusions on the subject.
Yeah, I'd appreciate what the women had to say about this, you know, because you can, like most straight women, what I found, this is terrible too, is the most of women that are straight, they'll claim you manipulated them or talked them into it. And I just really never. It was interesting that Reddit talked about the difference between women finding other females attractive and wanting to have sex with them. They did a great job at articulating the difference to some dumb, hard-on male.
Right.
He didn't get it. He says to his girlfriend, "Hey, Michelle, hey, look at her. What do you think?" "Oh, it's like she's very pretty." He can't get through his fucking head why she doesn't want to have sex with her. It's apples and oranges.
Yeah, but that's kind of that's pretty shallow, no?
I think it is. Yeah. Michelle, what's your experience of this? Do you think it's like men do you think this is perverse in any way? Do you think it's normal?
I believe that Tom, like, because of your porn.
Oh yeah.
I think it might you kind of have a little,
it's not reality.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean, like a bent outlook on the whole subject?
No, just with the whole, threesomes, like girls. I think with women, like you can still. I mean, well, just like with men. I mean, you can find other men attractive, but you don't want to have sex with them.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody can find somebody attractive, but not necessarily to.
But to cut to the chase now, would you agree that a lot more guys are interested in pushing this than women?
Oh yeah,
And why is that? That's what we're trying to get down to the bottom of.
because I think it's just a male ego thing,
I don't
to
think it. See, now I don't. We're
For
getting
me,
somewhere. I don't think it
okay.
has anything to do with ego. I don't.
for me, I never repeated that story hardly, and I never bragged about it or anything like that. I
You
didn't.
should. That's excellent bragging material.
There's more to the story. I just didn't tell it, but it was not something that I felt proud about. I just
Oh man, you're starting to get disability area.
they were sisters too.
Oh, right on, buddy. Now
They're
here's the $50,000 question, which you
yeah.
probably leave out. Were they twin 450 pounders?
No, they were very cute. One of them was younger than the other, my age, and the other one was your older sister that had gone out with my brother
Uh huh.
years ago. Um, no, very nice looking, attractive girl. They did it for me that night for a long time.
Yeah. See, Jabo says, not ego, just drive.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I was like 18, 19 at the time too. I had a lot of drive, believe me.
It's the good old days.
Yeah.
I just, and like, I just wonder why. I mean, if you could like chart your desires, I'd probably, with like a wood burning tool in your brain,
Yeah.
like Hannibal Lecter, I'd probably burn some of mine out because it's just a fucking pain in the ass. It's not real. And you'll spend your whole goddamn male adult life trying to like do this shit and see what kind of flack you get early on. If you got a good relationship with them, you just shut the fuck up about it. And if you got somebody that's kind of subservient that you can talk into it, you'll keep working on it. It's just not good. I would like nothing better than to just rewire my brain to just fall in love with overweight 65-year-old women that were terrible in bed.
And be so happy from
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. Amen.
Yeah, that makes sense. If only we could do little tweaks like that on
Yeah,
ourselves.
and you just think the way humans have evolved, they say the Romans and producing offspring and all this fucking shit. I wonder what it really is.
It's about, well, I think it all really just stems about to like reproducing with attractive people. I think that's where
I
that
see now
stems from.
you say that, but Mark, did you think it had a damn reproducing any of your mind during that?
I'm
No,
not
no.
sa-
But I know what Michelle's getting at,
you know
though.
where I'm getting at. You know where I'm getting like the
We
basic
have it
like
in our
not
genes.
maybe
It's
it's not like
fresh.
front and center, but it's
No, I couldn't do it, Rita.
there.
That's another thing too. I'm glad Rita said that because it's like, what keeps Mark? Let me just take for the sake of argument. If those two girls would have been 450 pounds and they tipped over the trailer, would he be telling this story?
Yeah, it would be a whole different story.
And that's another thing that I wonder about too. And you talk about, like why, most people desire this and why that's a story worth repeating. And, he's lucky that it happened and they were sisters. But if they were both 450 pounds, he'd have never told the story to anybody. And this is interesting to me. And I want to know why.
Yeah, that's the ego thing that Michelle's talking about there. It would,
No, you're right, Rita. Rita's right. It's the extreme, but it's also a valid example. If they would have been two big giant fat girls, would you have still done it? Probably not.
I I know I know men who probably would line up for that. I mean, just because it's not for
Two
like
450 pounders?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Oh,
some
there's
guys like fatties, eh?
different strokes for different folks.
I mean,
That's,
there are guys that would do that, but I don't think you'd have any kind of line.
yeah, I don't know about that, but
Yeah. No, but it's really interesting to me. You know what I mean?
yeah, I understand
No.
what you're
Now,
getting at.
Rita says if they were great in bed, well, I'd never. It wouldn't like. Some women don't like bald guys or guys, short guys. We talked about this the other
Yeah,
night.
that's
It's just I just wonder, like, what causes this in such numbers? I mean, if you look, let's say you go on Pornhub and you look at views,
You know what
and
it
you
is?
see, take an example. You see two girls going at it on Pornhub, pretty like cheerleader type. They got 10 billion views, and you look at two big fat girls, and you got like 930 views, and it's been up there for 20 years. And let me tell you one other thing on this note while I'm thinking of this. I know a guy that ran a porn shop, where you go in there and buy dildos and movies and shit like that. And they had a whole shelf of like fat girl porn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I asked him. He worked there 5 years, don't go into college. What's the deal with these fucking fat girl porn movies? I mean, is anybody renting these fucking things?
Yeah.
They do. You know what they rent them for? You ready for this?
No.
Bachelor parties to get drunk and laugh.
Oh.
Big difference. Big difference.
Yeah.
Now, there are people that have fetishes for overweight women.
Yeah.
But they're like, we're talking the extreme. We're talking the extreme.
Well,
Yeah.
like I told you, I think we went about this before. I think it's what people find healthy is attractive. So even if they're not healthy, so even if an attractive person is not healthy, on the outside, they're still viewed as like healthy.
Yeah, no, it's
And
true. Remember that commercial on TV where they showed this beautiful older woman walking down the aisle and she just passed out and like had a massive heart attack from high cholesterol? And that
Right.
was the crux of the whole thing, is like what you consider beautiful.
Right. I mean, like,
Yeah.
they don't, I'm not saying like a beautiful woman is healthy, but if she looks healthy,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah. Right.
coming
True.
out.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. Yeah, I think there's something to that. But it's just, it's like interests me because it seems to have stayed, fairly consistent over the years. I mean, you don't you see a lot of national TV anchors, not that that's the gold standard of good looks, but you notice that there's not a lot that look like Honey Boo Boo's mom.
No.
Well, that and with television too, like it puts weight on you. So you have to be like, when I met some celebrities like face to face, I was like, I couldn't believe how skinny they were because like even on camera, like it adds weight
Oh, it
and
does.
to
Even in this
your,
day and age with all these lens and filters and stuff.
yeah, it still does. When I met celebrities that were just like, I just said, I was like, I couldn't believe how tiny they were, like, in person. Because when you
Yeah.
see them on camera, they look, I'm not saying that they're, but yeah.
And like Frisky said, Hispanics like them larger. Well, and black guys and big asses.
Yeah.
Something to it. Why?
I don't like that shape myself.
No, me neither. It's because you're not a black guy.
Well, it's just like, well, why do you like what you like? I mean, like we could go around all, and
But the stuff I like is
people
not
like what they like,
a normal shaped person, with
Yeah.
normal head and.
Yeah, Robin Gibbons. I like Robin Gibbons. I thought she was super witty. There's a girl with a rack of fucking tits, baby.
Robin Givens.
Oh, fucking A, man.
Who was she again?
She was the sidekick to Howard Stern's. I thought she was very witty. I thought she was. I'm not attracted to black women, but I thought she was a great, witty conversationalist. She was perfect as a sidekick.
She was kind of cute.
And just a monster set of jugs. I mean, huge. She was always trying to hide them. It's like when they're that big, there's just not much you can do.
Yeah.
But I'll bet, there's lots of published articles about the difficulty successful black women have attracting black men to them. Look at black celebrities and sports figures, white wives. Most of the time. Why?
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah. Why don't you bullshit your way out of this one, Michelle? Come on, babe.
I don't
Black
know.
guys, white wives. Why?
We would have to get a black guy with a white wife and ask him.
Yeah, they won't give you a straight answer, though.
They're
Well,
probably
I'm going to ask about the ass, too.
Yeah, I wish we would get some more African Americans on here.
Why do they like to have women that look like they're going to tip over if they're not held up?
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. That's way better than fat.
Yeah, fat ass.
Why, Michelle?
Doesn't
You know,
too
this is going to sound terrible, and this isn't my opinion, but this is what I've read. They
Yeah.
consider white women a step up of success.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they get more opportunities if they're with, I don't know.
But
I
I've read
mean,
before that a successful, educated black woman over the age of 35 years old stands a better chance of getting hit by a meteor than finding an attractive black professional mate to marry. That's how bad it is.
Wow, are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding you.
And she's successful
Yeah,
on her own.
I'm not kidding you. Yeah, it's just,
And-
I'm just like, yeah, like Frisky said, the black culture's lost. But even people like, a bad example, Bill Cosby,
yeah.
talk about being lost. How about his dates? They didn't know where they were.
Yeah,
Bill Cosby bragged about never using vulgar language in a monologue. Oh,
that's right. That's right.
he left out the part that he was ass raping them after putting a quaalude in their margarita.
That's just precious.
It is, man. Mr. Nice Guy. And the black guys that make crazy money are the ones that pulled that off for years, like he did. No vulgarity. And they bring their kid in there. It's like, look, here's this guy. He's funny. Never uses dirty words. I got a smile on my face over that one.
Man,
He makes Charlie Rose look normal.
I have a hard time with the mental picture of Bill Cosby when he's mounting one of these passed out girls, or whoever else he talks,
Yeah.
what he says and does. It's just because I was a big fan of Bill Cosby's for years. I had his records, and I thought he was great. I thought he was.
He was a guy. He was one of these like freaks like Oprah that had a bigger white crowd than black, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
You blew it all. And you would think if you were Bill Cosby, you would need to be putting quaaludes and margaritas.
Yeah. But you know what? It was that other thing that he liked. He liked them passed out. He was probably a closeted necrophiliac, I think they're called.
Yeah, really. I never thought about that part. So that I didn't realize that part turned him on. Passed out.
Could be. I'm speculating.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good guess. Whatever it is, it's pretty damn strange.
You know what other successful, good-looking black man was a big criminal for years? Chuck Berry.
Yeah, he got caught videotaping women peeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. That's why I'm just, even though I got fucked up hobbies and activities and shit, and I wish I could change some of them, I wasn't into anything like that. I'm glad I wasn't, too, because, at least porn, you could just go on there whenever you want and watch it, and it's legal, and you don't need to worry about anything. But, like, drilling holes and filming people peeing, and that would be like, you'd be a nervous wreck constantly of when, you were going to get caught at it.
That's right, yeah.
There was a guy in my hometown that had patent leather shoes that he eventually got busted. I don't know if it was a patent leather shoe, but for putting something on his shoes to see up women's dresses. Now, that wouldn't do a thing for me.
Oh, I heard about that. He was someone famous, wasn't he?
Not my guy in my town, but there are people that have done that. Now that would be just, that sooner or later. Well, I'll tell you this story, too.
Yeah.
There was a guy that I had when I was going to college. I was like, some of these stupid-ass fucking classes I had to take were, like, close to social work, and I was in this class with this fucking guy, and they put a poster up at the university about a guy that was going into the library and stuff and like showing his dick. Once the girls saw, he'd take off running, blah blah blah. He had a poster of him. So one night after class, me and a couple other guys and him, we were playing pool and getting fucking drunk, and long story short, towards the end of the night, he said, hey, that poster they got up of a guy? It's like, yeah. He said, that's me. I said, you're kidding me. He said, no. And anyway, he explained it to me, and he said that to him, it was the way that the prostitutes explained heroin to me, the way it felt. And he said that he was a nice looking guy. There were women that were interested in him. And he said nothing was like that exhilaration for him. And he would go around, like libraries was a big one, parking lots and malls, and he'd unzip his pants. And he said the first minute they made eye contact and put two and two together, he said it was a feeling that he couldn't describe. But here's a sexual deviant.
Yeah,
I heard, right from the horse's mouth. I don't know whatever happened to him.
big time.
Yeah. But, God, what a burden to be born with some,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard enough just like, dating and shit like that and having sex, let alone go that weird shit.
Hard enough finding something in your life that you really brings you that much joy
Yeah.
and to find out that it's something like that.
Yeah. But and that's the only thing that you were into.
Yeah, that's all that'll do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, just that weird fetish shit. Yeah. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. I mean, the odds of getting caught are pretty good.
Huge.
Sooner or later.
Yeah.
Walk in or something like that.
Unless you move from town to town.
So in the whole scheme of things, smoking, watching porn, all these things, this is nothing compared to some weirdo shit like that.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I had a guy where I used to get my airplanes worked on. His brother-in-law, his sister divorced the guy. You know why? Ready for this one?
Ready.
Liked wearing diapers.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard of that, adults? He had a sexual fetish, like not going to bathrooms and like wearing diapers, and she divorced him over it. And I know 2 women that have gotten divorced from guys because they caught him having sex with other men.
There's a whole whole section of datum is not quite the right word either. What word do I want? A whole section of the manual for being gay, I think, towards babyism, guys who like to be dressed as baby, women with diapers, guys who dress as women with diapers on. I know this because I'm friends with Bimbo on Twitter, and
that makes sense.
And a whole bunch of other Twitter. I don't know what the Twitter algorithms did to me, but I get all these posts from all these guys wearing women's clothing whenever I go on Twitter, and I have to weed through them, and in there is some diaper wearing guys.
Yeah, that's what she divorced a guy over it.
Wow.
Weird. I mean, but at least wearing diapers, you go and you find one that fits you and you wear it and you fucking jack off whatever you do and nobody knows. It's at least something to keep you out of prison. But when you're like beating off in parking lots, and, you're asking for it, man. It's only going to be a matter of time.
If the kids around, never mind. You're going to get the extra perverted awards for that.
Yeah. And like Rita says, but I don't know that I'd refer to it as people are strange. I mean, they didn't wish for this.
No.
This was them and that's what I wonder about. And who knows why? I mean, it's strange because why? Because we don't like it.
I think what it comes down to is if it's like some kind of like addiction in some way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some kind of like, you talk about alcohol, smoking, whatever, it's got to be something that's triggering that type of behavior, especially, in public and everything else.
Yeah, I think there's a biological basis for it. And really early on, like way long ago, that's what kind of turned me south on Christianity. I mean, these motherfuckers haven't gotten a clue about this shit. They talk like Chris does. That alcoholics are alcoholics because they just would rather drink than work. I mean, you're missing the entire point.
Yeah, that's old world thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I like Chris, but I mean, this is a typical argument from him.
Yeah.
And these perverts, I mean, in a way, I feel bad for them because they can't help it. I mean, everybody knows you don't want kids being molested. Yeah, I get that, right? All that weird shit.
Yeah.
There's a biological basis. Serial killers, arsonists. Today, I don't know if you saw this or not. I don't know if you know what jump seating is. there's a seat behind both pilots and if a pilot's furloughed somewhere and he needs to get back home, they let you jump seat. You got to be airline personnel. So you sit in this little like fold out seat between the two pilots. This guy is an active. Did you see that in the news today? This guy is an active Air Alaska pilot getting a ride back to where he lives because his flights had ended somewhere. And this is common. Everybody does it. You'll even do it for competitors. Everybody's helping everybody. During the middle of the flight, this motherfucker jumped up and tried to activate the fire alarm on the airplane, which means it shuts the engines off.
Oh.
And they kicked his ass. They were able to get their seatbelts off in time to tackle him and restrain him without him pulling those levers, because it's a two-step process. But if you look at the articles that are on the internet, Air Alaska pilot, look it up. Neighbors loved him, great father to his 2 children. Wife doesn't know. Now his life is down the fucking tubes. They're charging him with 82 counts of attempted murder because that's how many people were in the airplane.
Wow.
And it just went from riding home after flying. It's not like the guy's been on a mental disability for 2 years. His life is over.
Well, what the hell was he?
Yeah, a good question.
Oh, he didn't talk yet? He hasn't said anything?
No, I got an idea. He's locked up someplace. This is like, major. This is like the guy that took the twin turboprop, remember, out in Seattle and flew it around, finally crashed it? The bag handler guy? I mean, once you fuck up that bad, I mean, it's over. But I feel bad for the wife and kids. I mean, but you just wonder what goes through people's mind, what creates
he snapped.
Snapped. But I mean, they say snapped, and I know what that means, but I want to know what the origin, the mechanism is, what creates that. I mean, I've had bad days and been pissed off, but I haven't ever got to that level.
People with me.
It was leading up to, there was probably a lot leading up to it that was just it just wasn't over. It probably just wasn't. He was just sitting there and just felt like, oh, I just feel like pulling the fire alarm on a plane that I know.
But everybody knows what that does. This isn't like pulling a fire alarm in a
right.
junior high,
And he's a pilot. He knew exactly what to do and how to do it.
Yeah. And if you look at that legal stuff, this is exactly what a prosecutor has, custom order.
Yeah.
To charge you with attempted murder.
All the boxes are checked for that one.
Oh yeah, it's a slam dunk. But I'm sure, I mean, there's almost I can't imagine any other defense than insanity. So instead of spending the next 30 years in prison, you're in a psychiatric hospital instead.
Yeah. Maybe Ron Jeremy.
Hey, Mary. Yeah, Ron Jeremy. Isn't that something? I'll tell you, man, I still got a little bit of issue. For years, Ron Jeremy was described as a guy that was a pleasure to work with, which led to his success in porn. That women didn't feel threatened. He wasn't stalking them, none of this bullshit. And just kind of like on the Bill Cosby, although they had enough proof to prove it, some of these women that come out of the woodwork are, to me, fringe.
Maybe.
Once it doesn't matter that you did porn for 20 years. According to the law, with regard to what a male can do to you.
Right.
But I'm just not all in on their credibility.
Yeah. Rightly so, too. I mean, where they came from, some of them, but all that many is the problem. How many people? 50 or something like that?
Yeah.
49.
But once you got, you got the bandwagon going. And I mean, look at Bill Cosby from the beginning to the end. You got one. Before you know it, you got 65.
How old is Bill Cosby, by the way?
I think he's 81, 82.
Not sure.
He's in jail now?
No, he's out.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he got out. They paid some smart Jew to go through all the transcripts, and a prosecutor had offered him a deal that he would let him out if he agreed to cooperate during a certain aspect of the investigation. And he did, and that's what they used.
He ended up getting, 4 or 5 years or something like that?
But, your life is still
ruined. For a guy like Cosby, what he was used to,
yeah,
and how they're going to treat him now.
Mm-hmm.
Forget it.
But you look at that. I mean, do you think OJ's life is ruined? Oh, he's 86. My God. Do you think that OJ's life was ruined?
I think it corrected itself, and I think people are tending to forget what happened.
Well, I wouldn't forget it. I mean, that guy had something to do with that for sure.
Yeah, he did, and he got away with it.
So did Casey Anthony.
Yeah,
She killed that damn baby.
yeah. Well, where's she now?
She's working for the law firm that defended her.
Yeah, this is all in Florida?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a.
No.
I bet she was a piece of ass and a half.
She was pretty.
Yeah, just crazy as hell, man.
Yeah, too crazy.
Yeah, and some of that testimony on some of these, like, you know, parties and like making out with her girlfriends and shit.
Yeah.
God, Casey, where are you, babe? If you just hadn't killed your own kid, I'd think about you totally different.
Yeah, you'd be a different Casey to us.
Well, you talk about a turnoff. I mean, you'd have to be stupid to not think. Yeah, that Kwami thing, though. I mean, that, you know, I'll tell you, Penny. You know, it's just, you know, shot in the beer logic. But I think if that would have happened in another area other than that fucking crazy ass Detroit, that might have been a different story. Yeah, her name was Green. Her last name was Green, wasn't it? That stripper.
That's
I don't think he killed her, but it was at his house. And I mean, I don't know if he killed her or not, but the whole thing definitely seemed to be covered up. And you know, a fucked up thing, just like Marion Barry, although I didn't have a problem with him. Do you guys a lot of people on here too young. I'm sure you don't remember, Michelle. You remember when Marion Barry got nailed for smoking crack with a prostitute?
Chicago mayor.
Washington, D.C.
Baltimore.
Yeah. They set that motherfucker up.
Did they?
Yeah, he didn't want to do that damn shit. You could tell. And he actually got reelected later on, which I was happy for.
Yeah. Well,
they did this, John DeLorean, too. Cocaine.
Well, our Mayor Ford, I forget it.
Smoking crack.
He actually was. Yeah, he got caught with a couple of times.
Hey, Dolly.
On film purchasing it.
He seemed like a pretty cool guy to me.
He was not a bad mayor, and his brother, Rob, is now the premier of Ontario.
Oh, interesting. What did he die from?
Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the
Tamara Green. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Kwami thing. You know what fucked him up? You know what got him nailed?
No.
Text messages.
Ah.
And it ruined the life of that damn lawyer he was fucking. She actually, I don't know if she graduated from law school or was in her senior year of law school or what. I look her up here. What's her name? I forget her name. She moved to Florida, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, Tamara Green, you're right about that stripper. But that's the whole thing. I mean, you know, it's just like prostitutes in Detroit. If that was some white, blue-eyed, blonde cheerleader, man, they'd still be looking for the killer. It's the way it works, guys. I've seen it happen too much.
You're saying the police have a whole different attitude?
Oh, totally, especially with blacks. Native Americans, too. You know, actually, they're easy prey to these fucking perverts because of this sovereign nation. So regular police don't really have any authority to do anything once these girls are kidnapped and snatched out of the reservation.
Right.
Fucking sad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They should have everything to be able to do with it.
I like Marion Barry. And if you watch those tapes from beginning to end, that motherfucker got set up, man. He did not want to smoke that fucking crack. There was some good-looking white pussy at stake, and I can't blame him. He did not want to do that shit. You know, he had a master's degree in chemistry.
Wow. That's not bad. That can't be easy to get.
I thought that was the old white man trying to fuck a black. That does happen. That's not what happened with Kwami. But I think that had something to do with it in Washington, D.C.
Hey, who was that kid down there again that killed a couple of black kids, and then he got away with it because of self-defense? His parents had bought him a whole bunch of rifles and shit.
Oh, yeah, that's down in Lake Orion.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
remember,
they're fucking crazy, too. White trash.
They're after him again they reassessed, the prosecutor reassessed, and they're looking for him, and they can't find him anywhere.
The dad or the kid?
Maybe it's no. I'm pretty sure the kid.
No, I think the kid got like, a million years.
The kid.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly why fucking Kwame was pardoned. You know why he was pardoned? Because of his fucking beef with the federal prosecutor. And he canned her the day he got in office. She's a U of M professor now. What the hell was her name? Pretty red-haired lady. That's what was the deal with the Kwame. He did that to fuck the goddamn Democrats. He fired her the first day he got in office. Yeah, it was a total insult. He also pardoned that fucking scumbag fucking governor of Illinois. Blodgett or whatever his name was. Yeah, Trump's a fucking prick when it comes to that shit, man. Kwame fucked that. But I'll tell you one thing: if Kwame he's out now, I wouldn't rule out him being the mayor of Detroit again. I'm serious. They knew he was fucked up before he got reelected. What was that? What's the old prosecutor that sent Kwame away?
It was a prosecutor?
Yeah, the federal prosecutor. Yep. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
You gonna get it?
She's and U of M gave her a cake job. Who was the federal prosecutor that convicted Kwame Kilpatrick? What was her name?
Oh, did you just ask the computer?
Yeah, I just asked it. Yeah, she's a U of M professor now. What was her name? Super smart lady, excellent at her job. Federal prosecutor when Kwame Kilpatrick was convicted. Can't find this goddamn thing. But she was well known. She'd been around. He fired her the first day he got in office. But that's why they did that. That was to piss off the Democrats. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, but U of M offered her a job the next day.
Right, eh?
Yeah. No, he should have never got out. Although I will tell you this, in fairness, if you looked at his charge to people that did similar things, I think they gave him an extra dick because he was black. Because remember now, this is the federal level. You take it out of the hands of the local jurisdiction.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that, I thought he was guilty and I thought he should have went to prison, but I thought he got more years than he deserved compared to other people in a similar instance. Yeah. Crazy. Detroit's one fucked up town, man, politically. Hey, JMO, how you doing? Yeah, what was her name? God damn it, that's going to drive me nuts.
Well, that's kind of fun for all.
Cassie just called me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't answer it though when she calls.
Why?
I'm tired, done with it. Same old thing, back to square one.
Oh, with her, yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy who?
Tassie.
Cassie.
Oh, Kathy. Oh.
You remember her?
Yeah.
It's back to square one. It's that crazy boyfriend of hers that.
Wow.
It was the woman he was having an affair with was Christine Beatty. Ruined her life too. Yeah.
Is she back on the crack again?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did we not find her? Ex-female federal prosecutor that's a U of M professor. Barbara McQuaid. Look it up. Look it up. You can find it easy. Barbara McQuaid. Yeah, he put a fucking dick into her as soon as he could. And she did an excellent job, by the way. And you think of all the federal effort that went into convicting him. It took forever.
McQuaid.
Yeah. Yep. Barbara McQuaid, super sharp lady. But yeah, and he did the same thing with Illinois' governor. It was a total fucking crook too. Yeah. When I was living in Illinois, the two governors that were there where I was there were in federal prison. It's another corrupt ass state. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. She's not going to turn it around. I never really say anything about this because it's none of my business. Really, I try and stick out of people's business, man. Either you help me or don't. But I can tell you, it's just, she get away from that boyfriend, things would definitely get better. He's the root of most of her problems. I never tell anybody this, but that's the reason.
Well, is it the same one that
Beats
she's,
her all the time.
so he's
That's why I quit supporting her, because she was making up these outlandish stories about, getting beat up and getting in fights, and they were all bullshit. You know how I got tipped off to the whole thing? A social worker that watches the channel that called me and said, "Hey, I'd lose my license over this, but this is all bullshit. It's her boyfriend beating her up."
Wow.
And I thought right then, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. I mean, some of these people, Becky's another example. I mean, there's I'm not going to do this forever. Worked for a while, never worked with Becky.
No.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, she wasn't ready to change. Or she may be never going to be ready to change.
No, she's not going to really change. I'll tell you why. And I know in a fucked up way, I respect her for this. And that is because she doesn't want to be a housewife. She regrets having kids. She likes getting high. And she's willing to just dive face down in an old mattress in an alley. She's looking forward to it.
Yeah. How old is she again?
46.
Yeah.
And Becky's very witty.
Oh, yeah.
Intelligent.
Charming.
But she's good body, without doing anything. Just slim, French origin, good genetics.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to go out her way. I mean, it's not my business.
No. It's...
And rock bottom is an opinion. To her, it'd be rock bottom. To me, it's not rock bottom to her. But I'll tell you, she is a legitimate 100% Navy SEAL hooker.
Yeah.
I mean, this fucking bitch is tough.
Yeah, I know. I can
Seriously,
tell.
I'm not shitting you, man. I mean, this is crazy, Navy SEAL shit. Fucked up all the time, sleeping outside, winter, summer, walking for miles and miles, getting beat up, strangled, tent run over, slapped, beat, unpaid, ripped off, forever, all the time.
The best years of her life.
Yeah.
Well, think about it like this too. So.
Yep, she is, Rita. That's exactly right. But it's her wish. If anything, I gave Becky credit for saying, "Hey, you know what, motherfucker? If you're going to give me some money and pay my cell phone bill, do it with the understanding that I have no intention of quitting, and I don't want to fucking find the Lord, get an apartment, get married, and get off drugs. Fuck it."
How can you find comfort with no home, though? How can you ever be truly comfortable, know?
Because when you're on drugs most of the time, you
on drugs. You know that guy that died in her car, right?
Yeah.
She said she reached over and he was cold.
Yeah.
She went back to sleep.
Wow. That's tough.
I mean, this is people ask me why that was interesting to me. It's like I'm going down there and it's like, wow. I mean, I got that way after a while myself. I'd be walking through the weeds, looking for interviews, talking to people, stepping over people, fucking, not thinking to think of it.
Yeah. Wow.
There's another place down there right next to where Becky lived. They called, I think they call it Whip It or some shit like that, where you get that nitrous oxide that they steal from.
Oh, yeah. Whippets, they're called.
Yeah, they get it from welding shops.
Wow.
And you go in there and everybody breathes this shit for $5 through balloons.
Yeah.
You just go out there and they're all fucked up, laying on the ground.
Oh, man.
Crazy, man.
Nitrous oxide, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Nitrous oxide. Yeah.
That's funny. That's like heroin dead.
She's definitely street savvy for sure.
Yeah.
You remember when those guys ran into me that night when I was driving around there?
Yeah.
Able to get away from them?
Yeah.
So she calls me the next day. She said, "I know what happened." She said, "If I find those motherfuckers, I'll kill them for you." She said, "Look, I'm going to get you a gun. You need to have a gun down here. I'll grind the serial numbers off and do this." She said, if you shoot those motherfuckers, you give me the gun. Let me get rid of it. You'll do something stupid, like go throw it under where you watch the bridge, where you watch the freighters. And that's the first fucking place they'll be looking.
Yeah.
You're on my side.
That's pretty good advice.
Yeah, I mean, just super street hard to the bone, man.
Yeah. Wow.
And here you got a smart Jew, Gary, living out in Ann Arbor. She goes and visits. Gary's a really super guy. The guy that sells cologne and perfume.
Yeah, yeah.
He's another, like, just guy will probably live forever.
Is he a straight person? Or
Sort of. He's a smart Jew that was born into wealth, that owned a bunch of pharmacies till he got caught bringing back semi-trucks loads full of cigarettes from states that didn't charge tax.
Oh, wow. He lost his
He
life.
went to prison for a year or two.
Jeez.
And that fucked his thing up there. This Jew family kind of disowned him.
Wow.
Then but Gary's a good guy. I mean, he learned his lesson, didn't do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm
For
sure.
me, the biggest thing that disappointed him was, some of he said all his clients stuck with him.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
probably getting fucking cigarettes cheaper.
Yeah, I mean,
Gary's an interesting, bright, smart guy from an educated Jewish family.
right.
I haven't talked to him in a while, probably 6-9 months. He damn near got killed trying to help a prostitute down there. Got attacked by a couple fucking pit bulls. He's lucky he's alive. He was in the hospital for about 10 days.
That's freaking scary.
Yeah. But if you met Gary, you'd like him. And he's a good friend to Becky.
They're still good friends?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He goes out there and she goes out there and, when she hits rock bottom and runs out of dope money, and he'll come get her and take her back. And and Gary will go down there. He's like 82.
Oh.
He'll go down there and set up like in the worst neighborhoods of Detroit. Not where I was interviewing, worse places. To set up a card table and just be down there till it gets dark. It's like, Gary, you're going to get murdered down there.
Wow.
Becky's with him, helping him do paperwork and stuff. It's crazy. I mean, this stuff is like, wow.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Hey, Penny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's a cool. That's an interesting life down there. But
Penny, hi, Penny.
Penny, how you been doing?
Fascinating.
Yeah, Gary likes the wild side. Gary, I'll tell you, he'd tell you. Gary is, you'd never guess it, but Gary lives. I've been over his house. I did videos over there before of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gary lives in a middle to upper middle class area of Ann Arbor, which they just ran an article lately and said that the physicians can't even afford to live within the city limits.
Oh,
Smart Jew, fuck, who knows how much he makes off this perfume and shit.
Yeah.
But I said, Gary, you can ask him anything. It's like, Gary, I got to ask you, man. You're living in here. There are older people. You're a nice place. What do these fucking people do when they see you with Becky? I mean, are they, this is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and he said, they never really ask. And I asked Becky, too. It's like, how do these people treat you when they see you in the hallway? And she said, they're always very nice. But I guarantee you, man, they're wondering what the fuck.
What we're doing here?
But Gary likes that. The panty dropper guy. Yeah, Gary likes the girls like Becky. And I'm sure that a 3 or 4 day deal there, out to eat and sleeping in a nice place, and a little spending money is 2 or 3 blowjobs a day. But this is the life of these people. These women are used to giving blowjobs to get their cell phone. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like the guys that clean your windshield at a stoplight. I mean, what's the 40,376 dick you sucked?
Right.
It's a mean to an end. Yeah. Yeah, the panty dropper guy. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, man. But he keeps on ticking. Oh, Gary.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, you could talk to the guy for hours. He's very interesting,
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually wrote down his history and stuff. Sent it to me.
Really?
Yeah, typewritten thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Rita read it.
How long was it?
Rita, how many pages was that Gary's life thing? Do you remember? Oh, you didn't, the panty dropper guy? Rita will know. To be honest with you, I kind of skimmed through it, and then I sent it to Rita.
Oh, did you do a film once you were in his office?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, that's him. Right. Okay.
Yep.
I remember that. I was wondering, did I miss it? No.
It just strikes it just strikes me as like the way my dad explained it is like a smart Jew in 1950.
Right.
Just that you go in there and it's like he's got like, I don't know what the inventory, how you pay for that shit. But his whole place is like this high end stuff, and he says none of it's knockoff. And I don't know Gary to be a liar. I don't know where he gets this shit, how you get it. And
Yeah.
he gets them all. This stuff.
Such. Oh yeah.
Rita, how long was that damn thing? That how many pages was that? Do you remember? I knew Rita like it. You know, she keeps up with this stuff.
Yeah.
She read it. She said it was very interesting. Yeah. How long was that? How long did it take you to read it, Rita? Do you remember? And Gary will tell me the truth. But, you know, I'll tell you, that's the thing I liked about Becky's fucked up it was, who I don't have anything to do with anymore either. I mean, I'm just done with it, okay?
Yeah.
I could call Gary. It's like, what? I never really had to call him to find out what Becky was doing. I mean, Becky and Gary were like solid, man. They just, even if it hurt their best interest in wherever they were trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess, Rita. How long did it take you to read it? Guess. They're straight shooters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I don't know why that life have fascinated me so much, but it did. I mean, you know, the enemies that I have and the people that don't like me, they think I'm down there, you know, fucking around with these girls, which is not true. I will say, though, when I was like 18, 19, my buddies and I used to go down and get blowjobs, but not there. It was Cass Corridor at the time. But that was never even like, honestly, not even like a thought of mine, to tell you the truth.
They were fucked up, the people that said that stuff, and then they make it sound like you're sick.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll tell you, I've sat down there before, like maybe waiting for somebody or trying to get an interview or just, and you would not believe the guys that stop for these girls in the morning on their way to work.
Yeah, I believe it.
And you'll get somebody sometimes that most of what they tell you, the women, was the truth, but they would lie too. A perfect example of that is Angel, one of the early interviews that I did.
Yeah, I remember
She told the truth about everything but having HIV and being a heroin user, which, you know, it's up to her. But you know how it is with people in human behavior. There's some things that you just can't admit to.
Right.
You'll admit to a lot of them, and she just, I don't know, didn't want to be a heroin user.
Drew the line.
Yeah, and didn't, you know, her aunt told me, who was not really an aunt, but a lady that helped her, that she'd go live with in Alabama or Arkansas.
Yeah.
Once she got that HIV diagnosis, like everything went south big time.
Right.
Like I said, that's quite a regimen to be on those medications.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So what, she started using more and...
Yeah, now I wouldn't say more, but just didn't take the protease inhibitors, the drugs.
Oh.
Eventually got a dose of fentanyl. I mean, it's crazy down there, man. I'll send it to you, Mark. I've sent it to the people that I know on YouTube.
Yeah.
I sent it to the people that I know that I can trust, but you know, YouTube took it down to about three seconds. Gave me a fucking strike, and then I appealed it, and I got a warning. But I have an excellent 40-minute video of heroin addict shooting up and the preparation, the whole bit.
Oh yeah.
And I look back on some of the shit I did, and I always thought that it was like, oh, this is interesting. I want to know what it is and document. You know, not thinking I get in any trouble. But man, I look back, I find out now, you know, in the midst of being down there and like virtually no police activity, I think sometimes what would have happened, like if they would have pulled up and I would have been in there, I think I'd had all sorts of trouble. But I mean, there's people out here I've sent it to. I know Jabo's seen it. I know that I sent it to Rita. I'm going to send it to Infalove wanted to see it. And I sent it to Mary, you know, people that I trust that I know, because I don't want it like uploaded.
Right.
It'll get you in big trouble anyway. But it's really interesting to be there from the beginning to the end and how this whole thing goes down and how you get into it, what you do, what you look for, the downside, the upside. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but it's happening whether I'm there or whether I'm not, and I wanted to document it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use, not a lot of people, but I've been around when people have been using it in the past.
Yeah. Rita saw it. Rita, what was your take on the whole thing? I know you said very interesting. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But, I mean, could you just give me a little summary on how you felt when you saw that? Like, what was interesting to you? To me,
Yeah.
it was like super interesting. I mean, but I just wonder, and you've been around, you know what's what, and just it's good that you felt that way. I sent it to people that I thought would, find it was like interesting.
Yeah.
So I just did some research on the pilot that you talked about
Yeah,
in the beginning of the show,
yeah,
and I went to look up his name to see this guy, 44 years old,
yep.
and all that came up was like this old minister under his
No,
name.
no, you must have spelled it wrong because when I did it, there's tons of shit on them.
There's only one in the crash that had the crash, though, right? I looked them up too, and
No, but this guy didn't crash. This just happened today or yesterday.
oh, they got to try to open the plane up.
That
Yeah.
tried to pull the fire extinguisher.
Right, right.
Because when you pull the fire extinguisher, it automatically shuts the engines down.
Engines down, yeah.
And then it starts squirting this shit into them. Well, you don't, the idea is you got a fire in an engine, you want to shut it down. So you pull the one in the engine that's on fire, it stops the engine, squirts all this shit in there, and then hopefully the other engine gets you to where you're going. This motherfucker pulled them both.
Wow.
But they didn't, it's a 2-armed procedure, and that's why.
Right,
In the event that you bump into it or you got a fucking kook in the cockpit,
right.
you're not like a light switch and we're going down.
And they would be at different ends of the cockpit, so you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. But luckily they could overpower this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you got some MMA fighter pilot motherfucker?
We would be reading about a crash.
Yeah, you sure would. That's exactly right. Yep. Oh, here you go. See, Rita said he gave synopsis of the days dealing with addicts and his involvement. Yeah, he's really attracted to that lifestyle. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Man, human behavior, it's everywhere. I mean, they've been saying this for years, and I feel it wholeheartedly, and that is nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like Canada's once this nuts, though.
No, it's not. You don't. Most of the interesting reading about the crazy goings on come from the United States. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
we get our fair share up here of crazy shit, but not to the extreme, and not to the extreme of like especially the gun related crimes.
Yeah.
Nuts down there.
I mean, if I were you, I'd never come to this fucking place.
Yeah, but there's what draws me down there. The warmth during the winter, and I just like it. I mean, you have so much down there between your Disney Worlds and Disneylands and Hollywood and Hawaii and beautiful places like states to see, and you have like Nashville, Austin, so many great towns for music. New York City, where do I start with? Why would anybody not want to visit there? There's something for everybody there. I could go on, I guess.
Yeah, I was in New York City one time with a pilot, my old flight instructor. He's flying a Learjet.
Oh yeah.
A ride around, fuck around. At that time, he was flying an Aerostar, and he'd flying canceled checks in between Federal Reserves.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget this. We go to New York City, and then we went into this. I was making good money at the time. He wasn't. We went into this famous New York steakhouse, and it's like you could order steak by the pound. It's just fucking weird. You know how you have weird shit you think sometimes? So I ordered like a 3-pound fucking filet mignon or something crazy. Back then it was like $240 or some shit like that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like I never had it. I never saw steaks that big. It's like, what the fuck? We're in New York, I'm making good money. I get this fucking steak on my plate. I got it medium rare.
Yeah.
And I noticed and I've seen this before, like a little blood on like a metal hot skillet like type plate type thing with wood around it.
Yeah.
And it grossed me out so much I didn't want to eat it.
Oh.
So after that we go out and there's this sex section in New York, and I remember this black guy came up to us and he said, "Hey, you guys into watching a sex show with two good looking women?" It's like, "Yeah, fucking A, man. Yeah, sure do." And it's like, he said, "Okay." And he comes out, and never forget, he said this. He said, "Well, there's different prices. Guy, girly, 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 guy, girly, 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 girly," talking real fast. Guy, girly, girly, girly.
Oh, yeah.
$40 each. And it's like, well, we want the girly. He said, okay. Takes our $40. He takes us in. We're waiting there like 10 minutes. They turn out the fucking lights. And all it is an empty, abandoned place. We get fucking scammed.
Flim-flams.
We go out of there, no big deal. We're walking down the street, and these hookers came up to us. And they said, hey, you guys want some attention tonight? It's like, nah, I don't think so. I wouldn't do that like in a place like that. But my guy, he's talking to him. We've been drinking. And she's talking to my guy. She says, man, you got a big dick. And he laughed, and it's like, you want to go with us? No. Anyway, long story short, they said, well, if you change your mind, she gives him a phone number, and she gets in a cab, and he reaches, and she took his wallet. Pilot's license in and all that kind of bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If he's riding high, I got a real nice dick for her. Oh,
yeah, a lot of hustling there.
You ever heard that one where a couple comes home from shopping and their barbecue's gone? Someone stole it. Well, it's okay. A couple of days later, the barbecue's back with a note. And the note says, I'm one of your neighbors. I'm really embarrassed. But we were having a party and we needed a barbecue, so I stole yours. Here's a couple of tickets to the hockey game to make it better for you. So they go to the hockey game, they come home, and their house is gutted.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some people that are real do-gooder Catholics that live up in Traverse City, south of where Mary lives. They're into this Catholic bullshit up the ass, and the fucking priest of the parish came up and said this heroin addict came in, and she, told him her tale of woe. And anyway, long story short, he calls them and says, do you have a place for this lady? She's trying to get off heroin. She has no place to live. And it just so happened to where they were going out of town, and they're trying to appease this priest. They're pillars of the community. And they said, yeah, she can stay at our house, while we're gone for 4 days. So they let this fucking heroin addict in their house. They don't know her at all. And they're gone, and they call me, and they just happened to mention it in the conversation. I said, hey, man, you better get her the fuck out of there. You come back, and that place will be cleaned out. Long story short, there ended up being a big scandal between the doctor that vouched for her and fake prescriptions, and he was fucking these girls and blah, blah, blah. And the whole house of cards fell apart, but they canceled their vacation and came back and got her out of there and changed the locks and the whole big deal. But some people are just really naive, and here they were trying to do a good deed, helping someone that was in a jam.
Yeah. In that case, they should have been worried, and they should have been very prejudiced against heroin addicts at that point. There would have been nothing wrong with saying no.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And this was kind of like, the priest had good intentions.
Yes.
Yeah, nuts. You just never know. Really crazy. Trust will get you killed. That is no kidding.
Yeah.
That's why they call it, con artist. That stands for convincing.
I never put that together.
Yeah, it stands for convincing. And you look at these guys that sham these people out of their life savings, the whole bit.
Oh yeah.
They don't lose it. And $1 million. Look at some of these people that fleece these pro athletes.
Yeah.
Rodman and those guys. And they're all super charming.
Anywhere where there's money.
They're still out there. They're on YouTube. It's Jarryl, Jarryl, and Maddie Owens. Actually, Maddie's looking better.
Is she?
I think so. Yep. I asked Sherry the other night if she'd be willing to talk to Maddie, but it's kind of a moot point at this time. But she said sure. I mean, Sherry was in the same boat.
Yeah.
She does look better. She is looking better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good, yeah, me too. That shit eats you alive, man.
Yeah, it is.
You're tied into those people, or they're your kid or your sister or something, man. It will eat your ass up. Ruin your life too if you let it.
Yeah.
Early on when I first met Maddie, she had high school girlfriends of hers that I kept in touch with that said they just same thing as me. They just finally couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
but you know, it's also the not just the heroin diet, but the crack diet added to that really makes it scary because
Yeah.
that's stuff, you know, when you're so tough on the heart that that's what will take you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
When
you're right.
you're doing the crack, you'll be doing it and your heart will
And
explode.
a lot of those girls down there are giving blowjobs for $10.
Wow.
And here's what's weird: there were heroin addicts. We were paying 20 in 1974.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. $10. Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, Sherry, it's really nice to see. Yeah, Sherry's just Maddie's like that too. Maddie has a lot of good in her.
Sure. Oh, for sure you can tell she's a nice
Yeah,
person.
she's a nice person. Maddie. Gerald's a nice guy too.
Yeah.
People blame Maddie, being down there because of Gerald. That's absolutely false.
No, we know that's not true.
Yeah, not true. Yep. But man, I'll tell you, it's a tough life down there.
I was kind of there from the beginning with when you first, I'm pretty sure, when you first were interviewing Maddie. And
Yeah, I mean, that was a unique time in YouTube because at the time, I was just down there fucking around, interested in it.
yeah,
And, YouTube was too. And that's how it got promoted. But it's not like that anymore.
no, they've changed their
Yeah.
whole direction.
You'll see guys out there trying to do the exact same thing
Right.
that I'm doing. And if you don't get directed traffic to you by YouTube. See, I think it was just basically algorithms and it was legit. Whoever found it interesting and clicked on it, it came to you and it promoted you automatically.
Right.
Well, they fixed that. They don't want digital advertising coming to guys like me that interview prostitutes.
Right. Yeah.
They're going, Disney.
Yeah. Good, clean fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Clean, which I kind of get. I mean, if you're doing digital advertising, they don't need me anymore. I mean, they didn't need me from the beginning. I mean, but it's interesting. Somebody was just emailed the other day and told me now, they unsubscribed a bunch of people to me. And somebody told me I think one of them was Faye, that she got a bunch of subscribers that she didn't subscribe to. So maybe that's another way they're working it now.
Wow.
People pay attention to subscribers. It means nothing. The whole trick is views.
Yeah.
The litmus test on YouTube, everybody's impressed by subscribers. Doesn't mean jack shit. I mean, you look at it, it's like, wow, you got, this many subscribers. Doesn't mean a fucking thing.
It's views. Yeah.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, that makes sense too. I mean, that's how many times it's seen, as opposed to just subscribers that are just don't do anything, don't watch, don't that are mute themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
I got I was looking at my about section and I got something ridiculous. Like I only have like 20,000 views or something like that.
Yeah, but it's different now than it was then. I mean, I didn't, my whole thing got started not by me, but some kid that cut and pasted a couple interviews on Reddit.
Right, yeah, you were saying, and then it blew off from there, right?
Yeah, and that even if you got a lot of enemies, at the time that used to kind of help a channel too. So if I had 1,000 people out there thinking I was a great guy and they were interesting interviews, and 500 thought I was a big motherfucker murdering girls, that kind of drives your numbers up.
Yeah, because they still press thumbs down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it keeps they they go by this likes and all this bullshit and sharing. So that if you got as many enemies as you got friends, you're doing great. That's probably your problem, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too many friends and not enough enemies.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's what gets the dialogue going in the chats. Like somebody goes, "Hey Tom, that was really interesting. It's nice you gave him a peanut butter sandwich." And another guy types, "Hey, you big motherfucker. I know you're the guy murdering these girls, you cocksucker.
Yeah.
Why don't you just come clean about it?" And then another guy comes back and said, "Tom, that's what really fuels."
Yeah, gets things hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean,
Excuse me.
fueled some people right till they got shut down. Like What
See, that's all a part of this. That's all kind of the part of why they don't promote guys like me anymore too. Is that's all part of the whole thing. They're shutting more and more channels down. They're catching up. They're writing better codes. What it is. Yeah.
because
I'm grateful for them. It's like any relationship with anything. Shit, I've had a place to go on, fuck around, upload stuff that interested me, and without it, I wouldn't be friends with like you guys. And
it's not over yet either. It's only
no, it's not over yet. That's exactly right. I mean, I'm just happy to have a place to upload my videos.
Yeah, you got a storage facility for
Yeah, that's all. I mean, if it's never any better than that, I'm fine with it. I never thought I'd make a dime from YouTube.
Are you up to 19,000 videos yet? Or was it 18,000 or
Close.
something?
Yeah, I think close. I think I got to be getting close because, I do those damn shorts now because they're just so much easier.
Yeah. It's
And they're really promoting the hell out of those. Let me see if it shows on here how many I got.
cool.
No, not up to 19,000. No, 18,000.
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with videos, man. I've been this way since young. Cameras, and then it went to video. I only got into YouTube because I was kind of like getting bored with cameras.
Right.
I did color, and then I went to black and white, and then I went to infrared, and it's like, fuck, I'm getting sick of this shit. And then YouTube came out. It's like, oh, I'm going to start doing some damn videos. This would be fun. Yeah.
That one video you did of the cemetery in black and white, it was that black and white or gray?
Yeah, that was actually infrared.
Oh, okay, infrared.
And I just did it recently.
Yeah,
That was in Notches, Mississippi.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought that was haunting and
Yeah.
really nice.
I do the same stuff all the time. I upload like these crazy long videos of these drives I take.
Yeah.
Nobody watches them, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I watch the drive ones when I'm with you, but I don't, unless there's music playing, I don't usually watch the long one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
But you put some Pink Floyd on the other day. How did you get away with the copyright on that?
Which one?
You did Time.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'm not, because I haven't been monetizing in a while, other than the shorts, which I can't help. They're automatically monetized, but it's fucking chump change. I don't even know what it is. I don't look. It's like a fucking nickel a video. I don't care. But I just didn't. What happened is once they started doing this bullshit, before you upload a video, it's like, is it sensitive? Is it like controversial? It's like, fuck yeah, motherfucker. And then I even, did it's their platform. They don't want you talking about drugs. So I quit doing that. Then they don't want you talking about how much blowjobs you're going for. Well, I quit doing that. And then I thought, well, it's at least worth an experiment to see if they're going to promote me or not if I do all the things they say. Yeah. It didn't do me any good. So I thought, fuck it, man. If I monetize my videos, I think I get about $500 a month. It's not worth it to me. Because what's going to happen if they've got you set up to where you're answering all these questions when you upload a video. And it's like, other than uploading like a fucking slice of fucking white bread, they can fuck you, strikes and all that shit. So I'm not giving them the opportunity. So since I don't monetize my stuff and I don't get traffic sent to me anymore.
Yeah.
They're not, they can't get me like they would if I was trying to get their $500 a month for $6,000 a year. It's not worth me, being worried these guys are going to fuck me because of some arbitrary rule.
But you were still playing a copyright protected.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the weird thing about copyright. That in the old days, you knew if you they say this is copyright, this is not a strike, but we're either going to share the revenue with your creator, this kind of shit. Now, I know that I stand a chance with a copyrighted song. What'll happen is sometimes they'll block it in certain countries, and then sometimes they'll block the whole goddamn video.
Right.
So back in the day, if you didn't monetize, you were safe. It's not like that anymore, and I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Yeah, because the whole issue is whether you're trying to benefit and make money off someone else's songs. And when you're not monetized, you're not. Here's what I think the problem is. YouTube monetizes everything now, even if the creator does not.
Yes.
So I think the problem is, even though I'm not monetizing, they're collecting money, and that's why they're fucking you. Because of what they did, not what you did.
Yeah, but they're still throwing around the warnings and
Yeah,
the.
that's it. But it's because like YouTube said about 2 or 3 years ago that they were going to monetize channels that weren't eligible for monetization.
Oh yeah.
So they're getting money even when the creator isn't. But FTP servers are super expensive. I mean, if you knew what it costs to make the wheels go round on this stuff, I'm sure any day now they're going to get a hold of me and say, "Hey, motherfucker, you're uploading." I uploaded a 23-hour video a couple weeks ago on birds chirping or some shit.
Yeah.
And if I had to pay for that, it'd probably be $250 a month just for that one video.
Wow.
Well, it's free, and they're never going to make any money on it. So if you look at like the progression of YouTube and what their plans are, they're eventually going to get to a guy like me, and they're going to come up with some rule that if like 100 people don't watch it a week, we're going to take these off, because it just takes up massive space on a server.
Yeah, you would think.
It does. It does for sure. And right now, that's just not on their bucket list. But as they become more streamlined,
They're going
they'll
to
be there. And there's going to be a day where I'm going to go from 18,000 videos to 2,200 that make them money.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming.
What will happen to your
Bye, Rita.
16,000, 15,800 and whatever?
Yeah, they'll do. Well, I'll have, on all the videos that I upload, I've always got the original.
Good.
I don't save the rendered movies because it would just take up too much space. But I do have the original stuff. That's why you'll see sometimes when I'll re-upload a video.
Right.
What I do is I put a still at the end of it, and I change the music even if I'd been talking on the original one.
No, you just eliminate your talking too.
Yeah, I'll cut out my talking. But every day I get things from like years ago that I was playing a copyrighted music. Because there was a time, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I thought, fuck it, man. They're going to be on my ass about all this shit all the time. As long as I'm not making any money, I'm going to put kick-ass songs on these videos. And that's what I did. It just so happened the one that you heard the other day, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm not making money off them. But you'll get now probably 20% of them, they'll send you a thing and say that I'm eligible for revenue sharing. So if I put Redbone on there, come and get your love.
Yeah.
They're cool with it because Redbone's getting paid, and they're going to try and pay me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a phenomenon, man.
I get those copyright warnings a lot that say, "Oh, this song is banned in Russia.
Yeah,
your record won't be played in Russia."
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like you think of all songs that were going to be banned. Wouldn't you think "Time" from Pink Floyd would be one of them?
Yeah,
it's not. And then you'll put up some bullshit, Al Green song, "Let's Get Together," and you're blocked in all countries.
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't you? And another thing that I think is that you should be able to tell one way or the other what they're going to do with this shit. You wouldn't have done it to begin with. Who wants to go to the trouble of piecing together videos, rendering it, adding sound, and uploading it to have the motherfucker blocked worldwide?
When it's blocked worldwide, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're totally fucked. Yep. That's why I really, man, if you don't want to worry, get Epidemic Sound, and you put elevator music on everything.
I played my first 2 songs is usually, now it used to be Epidemic. Yeah. I played the first 2 songs, and then I'd go balls to the wall. Now I play a couple from the band now that I have some songs from the band. I'll play a couple of non-copyright songs from us, and then I'll ease in the good music.
Yeah, Infilove. I've had that happen too. Once in a while, I'll have an Epidemic Sound thing, and some fucker will try to claim copyright.
Really?
The only knock I got about Epidemic Sound is the hoops you got to jump through to prove to them that it's not copyrighted. I don't do it. It's like, fuck it, man. I'll just start over, put another video up.
They seem to know. This is like, okay, I finished a live the other day. I got a notice from YouTube through via Gmail saying that I played this song. It listed like 20 songs with the authors of the songs, and they had all this data already. They can they got computers to pick off.
But yeah, I'll tell you what I did one time in Epidemic Sound. If you look on there, there's a whole bunch of sound effects you can use.
Hmm.
They busted me for those one time, and I wrote Epidemic Sounds like, "Hey, I just got nailed with like a copyright warning on your sound effects." It took those motherfuckers 4 months to get back with me.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so much for what I was saying then.
Yeah,
I was saying that they're really intelligent now with picking this music off.
yeah, they're weird.
There's another one called Wolfgang's Vault,
Yeah,
and it has live music from all the bands. And I've been playing a bit of that, not knowing whether it's copyright protected or not.
yeah. But see, I wonder what happens when like a singer, like if Michelle decided to sing a Madonna song,
Hmm.
is she gonna get dinged?
No, I
Like a virgin.
Yeah, good, like a virgin.
like that.
That's a bad example though.
But I do it on my channel. I mean, there's some songs of me badly covering other artists, and they don't. They put me down sometimes for copyright, but they never strike me
Well, okay.
or warn me.
I think if all women looked like Madonna, they'd all be virgins.
She shaped her face. They proved that she had some sort of surgery done to make her face more oval.
I think it's just when your ego gets that stoked for that many years, you just can't let it go.
Your head
All of a
swells.
sudden, the bag boy's not even flirting with her anymore at the
So-
local grocery store.
So I just want to interrupt to like let all of the ladies know that the pilot, who's probably going to get divorced soon,
Yeah.
because he's going to be single, ladies, and he's 6'1", 210 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes.
No, he's
so
not.
he's going to need a
He's not
companion.
good looking.
He's the picture that I saw. He's decent looking. So all
That
you
must have been a
single
long
ladies
time
out
ago.
there-
Yeah, he's fucked. But you look at these Menendez brothers, they chop their parents up into little pieces, and they got women waiting in line on to marry them.
Well,
That's
that's what I'm
right.
saying. I'm saying, ladies. So like, this guy is probably going to be single soon,
Nice
and
simple life. Yeah.
we're not sure.
Yeah,
if
but you know what? Her man, I feel bad for her. He's got a cute wife, blonde. Did you see her?
yeah,
Yeah, she looked good. Probably a flight attendant. Yeah. Crazy.
We'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see if they stay married. He's 44 years old, so
yeah, if they're like Christians or something, they will. She's gonna say Satan God to him.
we'll see. I don't know too
Stand
many
by him.
people. I don't know too many people who are married that they stayed married while their husband went off in prison for a while.
Yeah, but that Christian shit will keep that happening. You're supposed to stand by your man till death do us part.
That's
Fuck
true.
no, Satan got a hold of him. Redemption.
I mean, like, this is gonna make him fall from everything,
No, I'll
though,
tell you
because
what's
it's
gonna happen.
public.
It's gonna make him from making the fucking monthly house payment.
It's public. It's just gonna bring a lot of
Yeah, he will
stress.
plus. Yeah. This guy will be getting nudes from like good looking girls for the rest of his life. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is
No, there's women that are attracted to these fucking guys.
oh,
Look
I
at
know.
Charles Manson.
There's
Yeah.
like there's following, right? There's
Yeah.
like
I don't know what that is. What the attraction is there? Like the bad boy? That's a little extreme, isn't it?
no. I think it's more or less like they know where the person is at all times. It's kind of like a control, like almost like controlling thing, like.
Yeah.
I think it's a little different for old Charlie. I think he got celebrity status for his bad boy image and for what he did, and women just can't help themselves. They love the man on the in
Well, I found it a little
He was
odd.
a charismatic guy though.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I found it a little.
Charming.
Yeah.
I found it a little odd that in the article that I read about this guy, getting arrested and
Yeah.
everything that happened, that they put all of his physical stats in the description of
Yeah, they
talking
got that off
about.
his pilot's license.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
They're like, in his weight and everything. I'm like, Okay.
Well, his sex days are over, unless he plans on switching to sucking dicks.
Never know.
But you just gotta wonder what caused this.
It had to have been like he just snapped.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you know,
what does snap mean? You're sitting there riding back home after just flying a jet somewhere. I mean, the
what
people that
happens
flew the
with
one he last flew, 3 hours
something
ago are lucky he didn't dive that fucking thing into the ground.
He was
something just
depressed.
triggered. He just got triggered some way, somehow, freaked out, and
He was depressed, and he wanted, like many people, he was going to commit suicide, and he had some hateful reason to take a whole bunch of innocent souls with him.
maybe he just wanted to cause a scene. I have no idea. Maybe he
He
just like
gets A
literally.
plus. I mean, he's in the upper level. That's what he wanted to do. But all these wackos, the neighbors love him. David Berkowitz, the Unabomber. Man, if you got their neighbors on their jury, they'd still all be walking or fucking around.
That's right.
Got their
Love thy
nails,
love,
shoveled their walk, got
love thy
medicine for
neighbor,
them,
right?
baked them
Lo-
fucking cookies.
Love thy neighbor like themselves. So
But the neighbors never, they always seem to be liked by their neighbors.
well, think about it like this, right?
He was
So
a quiet man. That's no shit, amateur man. Yeah,
let's
never
say
said much.
you're going through something, right?
Mhm.
Do you think your neighbors are going to realize that? Like, you probably say hi to your neighbors.
Yeah.
You might ask them, "Oh, you need help with any, this or that." But like, that's basically the extent. Like, it's not like everyone
Yeah,
knows
you're
what
right,
the
Drifter. Yeah,
guy was going through.
yeah.
I don't have any neighbors in this new house I bought. I
Oh,
got
you're lucky.
a church on one side. I have a back of a storefront on the other side, and I have a communications house.
No, that's great. Good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah, no fences.
I hope you had to pay extra for that because it's certainly worth it. There's
I-
there's nothing worse than some fucking neighbor dropping by all the time. I absolutely hate that. I spell it out to them. I'll let them get away with it once, and then I finally got to say something.
Well, I
I don't
have
want
one
people
neighbor.
dropping in.
Yeah, about that dropping in thing.
It's rude for starters.
Yeah.
If they're outside, or like if the one neighbor always told me, like, if my garage door is open, you can come over, whatever. But like, basically that's their like signal, like that's what they say, like if it's okay to like visit or whatever. But
Yeah,
if
fuck
usually
that.
it's if I see them outside.
Yeah, I don't like that fucking bullshit small talk.
Yeah, I hate small talk too. Weather.
Listen to some
Well,
stupid ass boring fucking story.
that's what. Well,
Events.
that's why you live.
It is. It is
Your
why.
neighbor's like
It
10
is why.
miles
So when
away.
someone stops by, it's even worse. I tell them, I spell them out. I'll give them one free get out of jail, and then I'm nice to them, and I say, hey, look, don't take this the wrong way. I'm like this with everybody. I don't want you stopping by. If you need an emergency and need me to take you to the hospital, the house is on fire, I'll put it out. All that bullshit. Deliver your mail me accidentally, take it over, no problem. Anything, cut your grass because you're depressed. I've done that already. The guy asked me next door, how can I thank you for cutting my grass so you cannot stop by?
Perfect. Yeah, I ran into a burning house once, eh?
Horses will do that.
Run into burning houses?
Run into a burning barn.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they say they're so smart. Here they'll run into a burning barn.
Yeah, I wonder why they do that.
Now the horse lovers say, well, that's where they say, yeah, come on, man. Try and get a fucking dog to run into a burning doghouse. Ain't fucking happening. Even a bird wouldn't go into a birdhouse on flames.
We
They're
were,
fucking
coming,
stupid is why they do it.
we were coming home from the buffet. All you can eat Chinese food.
Yeah, I just did that the other day.
Yeah. It's always fun.
Yeah, I like it.
And there was this house on fire, smoking really bad, and you could see flames in the kitchen. And so I opened the front door and I yelled a couple of times, who's home? Anybody home? Finally, I said, shit, I'm going to have to go in. So I went in and I ran through. I saw the kitchen was on fire, and I ran through the bedroom, saw nobody was there. I ran past the living room, then I got the hell out of there and back
No
out
kidding.
through the front door. Not recently, a while back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And yeah, and it turns out they had went to a neighbor's house to go and do something quickly and left a pot on them, some fries going or something like that. And it caught on fire, and spray caught on fire, and so much for that, you know.
Yeah, when I was living in Chicago, it was a 34-story condo. And once a month, some lady would fall asleep in the bathtub, and it'd flood like 20 units below her, cause $10 million worth of damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, practicing witchcraft.
I had a waterbed burst on me once, and I lived in an apartment once in my life for about it was about 8 months, something like that, temporarily, and I had a waterbed break. It had a little hole in it, so I was fixing the hole, and then I kicked the pedestal by mistake, and it went down, and I was still holding it, and I ripped it. Anyways, long story short, I felt the water come up to my ankles really quick. Then it went down, so I ran downstairs. I looked at the budgie, which was wondering why it's raining in the living room, and then there was one apartment below me, and it made damage to its light fixtures and to one other item. It ended up costing me about $300, and luckily they were redoing the apartments, so I got away with the water damage.
Well, did you hear what he said, Michelle? He saw the budgie was looking at him.
The budgie was, when I ran downstairs, the budgie was looking at me, wondering.
Hear that, Michelle?
Yeah.
Michelle sees a budgie.
You see
Yep, I
budgie, Michelle?
Yep, I saw one the other day. Someone
He
lost.
got away. He's eating with the wild birds outside, Mark.
Yeah, he's eating with the sparrows.
Cool. He'll die.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hope not.
No, he's going to die.
But actually, right now, for the next 4 days, we're going to have highs in the 70s, and we haven't had that since the 80s. So
Yeah, global warming.
I'm going to do.
It's warm here on our end too. Yeah.
What are you
It's
going
gonna
to
be
do?
awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the weather's different, that's for sure.
We're supposed to have, I don't know, high of 18, 19 coming up tomorrow or in the day after.
Celsius, though.
Celsius, yeah.
Mm.
What is that, 70s?
Yeah, it's like 3.2 degrees or some shit. You convert it. Yeah.
Won't be going to the beach, but I'll be in warmth when I'm shutting down the backyard for the winter.
Oh, you'll do that?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
What's that entail? Locking the door?
No, I got some stuff back there. Like, I got a barbecue, outdoor burning pit I have to put away.
Oh, okay.
Log burning pit. We got a swing back there, covered swing.
Yeah.
With a awning on it. That all has to be put away. Shit like.
Go out and sit on it sometimes?
Oh yeah, all the time. Light a fire and contemplate life.
Oh, nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice back there.
You have any stuff like that in your backyard, Michelle?
Well, I have a creek that runs in my backyard and attracts a lot of wildlife.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes too.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I'm not having a pond. Would you
Unfortunate.
get any swings or anything?
Any swings? No. I mean I have a like a patio set swing and a
Nice.
bunch of patio furniture, but there's
cool.
bird feeders.
Oh,
There's
good.
we really don't have a lot of trees in our yard because I really don't want to rake.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Raking.
Yeah, a lot of people are going away for that now. You know, a lot of those big old oak trees and red maples. Fuck. Who wants
Well,
to do
actually,
that?
we had that plague happen here, where there was
Oak wilt.
all the oak trees like
Yeah, oak wilt
died.
gets under the ground and the roots. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they've made people wait till winter to cut wood, that would eliminate a lot of that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
growing up, we had 15 apple trees in our backyard when I was a kid. In the
Which apples? Which ones?
I had Max, I would guess. They were the green and red ones.
Granny Smith. Oh yeah, green red ones. Yeah, Max. Yep.
Yeah. So I spent a good part of my childhood picking up apples for my dad in the backyard. A lot of time spending picking up apples and climbing those suckers.
Yeah.
I used to eat the little green ones when they're sour as hell.
Yeah.
But it's made it so today I can eat a lemon and not wilch at all.
Oh, wow.
I can eat a whole lemon and not get a bad look on my face.
Huh. You see when they on YouTube where they do it to babies?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Or sour candy. Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Well, good. So that new house has worked out for you.
Yeah, we're pretty happy here. I mean, it's the new town that we thought we'd have trouble getting used to because losing the so close to Toronto. But so far, I miss Toronto a little bit, and especially going down and catching a show, catching a band play.
Mm-hmm.
We got that out here.
Yeah. Okay. Good for you.
It's not the same caliber of entertainment,
Yeah.
but there's a city just north of us that's a 20-minute drive to get to, London, Ontario.
Yeah.
And it's got they get not the headliners, but they get like the better acts there.
Oh, okay.
For example, Burton Cummings played there the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I,
He's Canada's hometown hero.
that's my hometown. Yeah.
Remember when he sang that derogatory story about a song about David Bowie? You look like a woman tonight.
Yeah.
$49 or something like that. You look like a woman. That's who he was talking about.
That song, yeah.
Yeah.
By Burton Cummings, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
$49,000.
Yeah. Yep.
You look like a woman tonight.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know it's funny.
Take care of no amateur mom. Yeah.
He was a good singer, though. He's a good singer, though. He still can stop them out, Burton Cummings.
So Tom, I never understood it till like right now, and I have no idea why, but I just figured out that yours is like the perfect like pilot voice that when they come over on the plane and they're all
Oh, yeah.
and they're all
Yeah.
is that why you got hired? Are they like, yep, we like your voice, you have to have that like, well, we're all going to be stopping.
Yeah, well, I think one problem with my voice is they think I'm a lot younger.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fucking drag, man. I'll show up a place like, oh, you look different. I thought, yeah, I know what that means.
You could be like the pilot, like voiceover for.
Yeah.
We're going to be stopping at LAX in about a half an hour. So if everyone would like to buckle up, we're going to be landing soon. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't get you anywhere.
I was listening to a comedian doing that the other day in different ethnic voices. And when he got to the Filipino, it was like, okay, thank you for traveling Filipino Airlines, everybody. We are currently traveling at 25,000 feet at an airspeed of 16,000.
Okay, you're just not doing it. Okay, you better get the job. All right, Mark. Sorry.
I tried.
I want you to do this when you're go on YouTube and listen to Journey, and shut your eyes and listen to Steve Perry.
Yeah,
and listen to that Asian guy. It's not the same.
I don't like Journey.
No, I'm not a big fan of theirs either. But I mean, they keep saying that acting like it's the same. It's not the same.
I don't understand that though. They have a new singer.
They have had for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they got some beef, and supposedly, Steve Perry broke his hip mountain climbing, and should have came back and didn't. So they fired him.
Oh, wow.
They had this Asian guy.
Oh,
It's not the same.
No, I
Same
guess.
with Firefall. That Rick Roberts. They got some guy that replaced him.
Right.
Ambrosia, same shit. They don't sound the same. You can try and trick me as much as you want. Yeah, you're right, JMO. And you're not faking me out with any of these fucking singers.
That Steve Perry voice was distinctive.
Yeah, I thought it was good. You know, it's funny for a nice looking guy during that time and the success they had. And I mean, they don't really get too much action on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, when you look at all the groups out there and their success and what they did.
Yeah, I have a theory about that.
Yeah, what arena bands?
For Journey?
Yeah, I mean that's what they call them, an arena band, but like it's bubblegum and shit. I thought they were
Poppy, yeah. Simple Mind's gonna get mad at me, but I think they just kind of suck.
Oh, come on. That Jew that owned the thing, that Neil guy, the lead guitarist, he's like a well-known guitarist.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
didn't like him?
No, just not my cup of tea, I guess.
Yeah, but just you got a boner against synthesizers and shit too.
No, I like well done music. Like I didn't mind Yes and Styx and Pink Floyd used a lot of synth. I got nothing against progressive music. I like it, in fact, a lot of it. It's just something about and Loverboy. There's another one I can't stand. It's something to do with the lead singer's voice, the way he sings it is just too damn opera-ish or theatrical for me. No, not theatrical, because you want the singer to be theatrical. Just I don't like the tones of his voice. The guy, it bothers me, so I don't listen to it.
There's a guy that needs a diet.
Who?
Loverboy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got 450 now.
Oh wow.
Mike something.
Same with I saw the back. No, the New Kids. No. They were the band back in the 80s that did.
Backstreet Boys.
No,
Pet
not.
Shop Boys.
They were from overseas, and one of them wore the Scottish tartan on himself.
Oh, AC/DC.
No. I'm trying to think of even a song by them. SATEY. Night.
You know what he's talking about, Michelle?
SATEY. Night.
I don't know who it is.
Well, okay. If I said the name of the band, it'll come.
Come on, Klaus. You know who it is? Anybody out there know who it is?
I'll tell you right now. Figure it out.
Did you like Duran Duran?
Well, you know what? George Michaels is he sang in Duran Duran, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Simon LeBlanc.
Because I thought the voices were good, but the music was just misdirected. I didn't really like the music that much, but they were talented. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Come on, Christine. Seems like she might know it. Nobody out there rings a bell?
No, what is it?
Jabo?
What is it?
Sing it again, Mark.
Yeah.
SATERDAY. Night.
You get it, Michelle? Saturday night, he's saying.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
That was one of the songs, and they were called.
Bay City Rollers?
That's it.
Thank you, JMO. Thank you.
That guy's out again. They're out again. That guy looks like he's topping the scales at about 350.
Oh, wow. So you couldn't have done that like 40 years ago.
Done what?
Been that fat and pulled it off.
No. Oh, it's the comeback part.
Yeah.
Because half the audience is
Playing in casinos.
and you see a lot of in the audience are fat guys and girls that are remember them, and now.
Yeah, who used to like the fat guy? The girls came to see him, Michael Bolton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really appealed with fat girls. You know those sappy, sucky fucking ballad songs he'd sing.
Yeah.
Glad he hasn't come back.
Yeah, no kidding. I know.
He's got the Jewish perm.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Michelle? When a guy's hair's falling out, getting thin, he gets a perm. Does that turn you off?
Um, I mean, I don't know. There would have to. I would have to see like this guy like in person. Like,
How about a guy with a noticeable hairpiece? Cheap
Um,
toupee.
Oh, that's couldn't be anything worse than that. Or a dye job that bleeds down the head when the guy
Yeah.
sweats.
Michelle, God damn it. Yes,
That's-
what do you want from
Does this
me?
turn you off like a cheap toupee?
I mean, I would have to see. I would have to see the person and like to. I don't know.
So it's
you know?
possible.
It's possible, sure. Like anything's possible, but you know.
Hairpiece sounds sexy to Klaus. They've come a long way, I'll tell you that.
Well, maybe it was Casey in the Sunshine Band, Christina. Was
Yeah,
one
he's huge. He's huge.
How
Yeah.
about
He's a big
bald?
fat slob now.
How about bald is beautiful? So I mean,
Nah. I don't buy that. You are-
really,
Oh,
there's a
there's
lot of women who like bald guys.
for
I mean,
sure.
if you look in those dating ads and stuff, there's a lot of women that just don't want guys bald.
Yeah,
It makes you look older.
I don't know. Some people it makes them look younger.
Why don't you shave your fucking head then?
I'm not gonna do that
Why?
because I got no reason to. I'm looking. Why would I go from this to that?
Yeah, that's my. Yeah, I know.
If I was halfway there, I think about it. If I wore my hair like non-existent, I think about it. But my brother does it. One of my brothers does it. He's balding, and I'm losing it at a pretty good rate too.
Yeah, most don't though, Klaus. Would you ever wear a hairpiece?
No,
Why?
too fake.
Okay.
I'll make that.
How about a hair transplant?
Yeah, I do that.
What about you, Tom?
No, I wouldn't do it. I'm too far gone. It costs a fucking $1 million.
It would cost a lot.
You're too far gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, filling in 2 square inches. None thing. I got a big head to begin with. I mean, I'd have to get the hair from 3 fucking babies or something to get it. They've come a long way, those hair transplants.
I like that saying. Yeah, that's a nice hair transplant you got. Do you think it looked better on the horse you got it from?
Well, it's Chucky hair.
Chucky
The murdering doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it really looks like that anymore. I mean, there's all sorts of people. It's hard to tell anymore.
Elton John.
Yeah, they've really come. Oh, thank you, JMO. Good. It's a good thing because I had to. Yeah, bald. My dad. My dad died, I think, at 84 or something like that. He had hair like George Hamilton. He told me when I was a junior in high school, he said that by the time I was 25, dear old dad, how I miss him. He said by the time I was 25,
Don't tell me you'll be washing your hair with a towel.
washcloth.
Washcloth, yeah.
Yeah, why, did you hear that before?
And many times, Tom.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he was right.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But if you're young and think it's going to cost you some pussy, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
You're in college and shit like that, and all these guys,
right.
and, Paul McCartney hair, and you're fucking blow drying in every goddamn way you can think of.
Yeah, that's tough.
Covering up one spot and uncovering another.
Why were you always bald?
I started losing my hair pretty young.
So did you keep it like on the sides for a while? Or?
No, I never did that. I never got that bad. I thought if it ever gets that bad, I'm just going to shave it.
Yeah.
Luckily, it kind of jived with, a period in time when people didn't mind.
Yeah, it was getting more popular. It really was for a while.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Tom, I want to ask you a question. Do you find women with short hair attractive or no?
Yeah, I like it, but I think I notice hair on women a lot. I think hair, I really look at that a lot on women. I notice like nice hair, and I think it lends itself to femininity.
Especially an older woman because they tend to have shorter hair as they get older.
Yeah, and women's hair thins as they get older too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then like a 50 plus with nice long luscious hair is
Yeah, you'll
Well,
see like older women sometimes with like a hair that look like on a 16-year-old cheerleader. Just freak genetics, you know.
Farrah Fawcett head.
well,
Yeah,
like
like just really nice hair. Like remember the old Pro commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, just nice, nice. I think a good head of hair looks good on a guy too.
so you
Speaking
think
of that, I mean, I notice it on guys too. You want to know if a motherfucker that's got a perfect head of hair. Look at that quarterback for Notre Dame. Yeah, here he is at Notre Dame, a Catholic school. He has got to be stretching more goddamn ass there than a shoe shop.
But
He's a
really,
good-looking guy, but check out that guy's got like the most perfect head of hair in the world.
quarterback for Notre Dame.
Quarterback of Notre Dame, yeah, nice guy too. I listened to him interviewed.
Right.
I bet this guy's main worry is running out of fucking sperm every week.
Then he had a jam.
And he's a quarterback, and he's going to get drafted high. He's got it fucking made. And he's at Notre Dame. You know, those Catholic girls are getting banged for giving themselves on Sunday.
Yeah. Definitely.
Perfect place to be.
And a quarterback.
Yeah, what's his name? You know? Hartman, I think his name is. Sam Hartman.
Sam Hartman, yeah. His
He's a
facial
good
hair is
looking
gone now, but he's got a head of hair still.
Yeah, he's got a perfect head of hair. I mean, I happened to notice that during halftime. Yeah, David Lee Roth. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does well for sure. He's a good looking
David
guy.
Lee Roth doesn't have tons of hair. Actually, he got some kind of hair work done recently.
Yeah, he's got a straight man's cut now, part of the.
Yeah, but he's got hair added definitely for sure. Because if you look at him 30 years ago, he was like losing his hair bad. Then you look at Elton John. I think you can go to, if you go in and this is how they sell you on. I never thought of getting it.
Yeah.
The guy that I sold a business to did. And what they sell you on, it's like you go in there, you're a young guy, you're 22, your hair's going there. It's like, hey, how you doing, Mark? It's like, I'm good. It's like, what brings you here today? Well, my hair is getting thin. And he said, well, they don't put it in this kind of terminology, so it's probably costing you some pussy, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I think it is. I mean, my buddies and stuff are just really self-conscious. They sell you on losing confidence, and they get you to bite by talking about all the women you're going to be screwing once you bring back a full head of hair. And that's how they pitch you in these men's hair clubs.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that you're going to get more sex, and the reason that you're not getting more now is because of that. I mean, it's a logical argument for a young guy that doesn't know shit.
Yeah, that's ruthless. That's really, but they're doing it because it's bringing them an extra lot of dollars, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, big time. I mean, that stuff was like crazy expensive, but they've come a long way. I mean, you want to look at good fake hairdos? Look at those skits they do on Saturday Night Live. I mean, those are good. I don't know what they do or how they do it, but
Really?
well,
yeah.
a lot of things like on TV that you see, like some of them are fake, some of it's
Yeah.
like they professionally done to make it look better. So I mean, it makes a difference.
Yeah, but how's your husband's head of hair holding up?
I think it's probably normal for his age.
No, fuck that. What's it look like? Has he got any bald spots or not?
Yes.
So you're running your hand through there, and all of a sudden you reach and you feel 4 inches of patch of skin. Does it do anything to you? You don't mind? It's what happens when you get older. What's your take on that? I want to hear it from somebody, a woman.
I just think it's what happens when you get older. Like,
Yeah, I know it's what happens when you get older. I know that. But as far as like what you're thinking, I mean, does it turn you off in any kind of way?
No.
Does it turn you on in any kind of way?
No.
Would he be more attracted to you if he had a full head of hair? You fucking ain't right.
know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, boy.
So, okay, so to summarize this,
Please do.
Michelle, your husband is not too bad. He's missing a patch, maybe two in his head, and it bothers you a little bit that he's getting older and this patch of hair is missing. Perhaps it's going to become a little larger. What's he going to do? Will he shave the whole thing?
Thank you. Is it going to get any worse?
Is it
No,
Starting to look like
no.
my dad.
will it start coming out in your hand any minute?
How about this? And I want to know too if he feels comfortable about it. Now, will he go under the water in a pool? Or does he
Yeah.
just sit in a lounge chair and blow dry and fluff it up and shit?
I mean,
Do you think you give any hint that this bothers you to him? Yeah,
it
he's good
doesn't.
looking, isn't he, J-Bo? He's a nice guy too.
What?
That's Sam Hartman, that quarterback for Notre Dame.
Oh,
I mean, I know it sounds crude, vulgar, I shouldn't say it, but I can't. Every time I see that guy, I just immediately think, as a straight male that loves porn, is how much pussy this guy must be knocking out. Mark understands it.
Yeah, well, look at the guy. I'm sure he does well.
Oh, fuck, yeah. A fucking, like, stud quarterback at a good school like Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
he probably doesn't even have sex with anybody.
Oh, fuck. I
Oh,
bet he
yeah,
does.
come on.
I bet that motherfucker gets a pallet of fucking, I bet that motherfucker gets a pallet of fucking rubbers dropped off with a reservoir
Tell
in
the
it.
other one.
He probably takes
Tell the
used
other one,
rubbers.
Michelle.
He probably takes used rubbers out the back of his dorm in 55-gallon garbage bags. Because, you know, no abortions there at that Catholic school. Well, that guy has got it so made.
Yeah.
I just love to be him for a weekend. Just slip right into his body with my old perverted mind. I'd be throwing that fucking football to the peanut gallery. I'd be so tired.
Peanut gallery.
Yeah, no, he's got it goddamn made. And he was at Wake Forest for like 5 years before that. I mean, this is like his 6th year of playing college. Holy fucking shit. I'm sure, you know, now these guys can get paid for, like, he's got to be doing like beard or fucking hair fucking bullshit.
He shaved his beard off.
You know, that Deion Sanders kid's making $4.5 million a year.
Wow.
Well,
Just Sam Harden, if he's not making it yet, I bet the guy is making more than $1 million on fucking hair gel or some shit.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bastard.
they start hitting them up as soon as they get into those schools, like Notre Dame and for commercials down there, don't they?
Oh yeah.
You start.
So I don't think we really asked the ladies in the chat how they feel about hair on men.
Yeah, come on, you guys.
If it-
It's no time to. This is a chat. You know, what's going on with the women out here and how you feel about male pattern baldness? I think Christine, we got to pin you down on this one, babe. She's married to an older, educated, super smart Jew.
Christine says, my husband's hair is thick but half gray. That's okay. Can always try that.
No, I met her husband before. He's a good-looking Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of.
No, you're right. Not the same numbers.
Yeah.
Jabo says, well, on the downside, it looks like he. Oh, okay. He or he's got a totally hairy body, like black hair.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed that, like Robin Williams, a lot of these Jewish guys, I wonder what's going on with that.
Black hair on the back?
Just like hairy forearms, hairy backs, that kind of stuff. Wonder what causes that. Like,
I got hair on down my arms, but it's blonde,
genetic.
so you can't tell that it's there because it's all blonde.
yeah. How'd it get blonde?
I had blonde when I was a kid. I had what, like blonde, like Michelle's avatar.
Oh, okay.
It's
I think women, but like, here's the thing, like, you know, we're bullshit. You got to set people up on shit. You just can't go in and ask them this because you're not going to get a totally accurate answer. Like Jabo, you know, she already buried herself when she said she saw Sam Hartman. Oh my God. She'll be finger banging herself till 5 a.m. looking at this guy, even though he's old enough to be her great grandchild. But then we'll talk about male pattern. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, fuck, yeah, sure it doesn't. No, you can't get the truth out of them. It'd be like me going up to a girl and saying, hey, you know, it's like me going up to a girl and saying, hey, boy, what do you think of big breasts? You know, she got like fucking like Girl Scout tits, you know, in the 7th grade, like A cup. Just
Yeah.
looks like a Band-Aid with a fucking string in
But-
between it. It's like, oh, breast size, does that bother you? It'd be the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
But think about it like this. Think about it like this. There are people who look good with certain things. Like there are people
No
who look
tits?
good with short hair,
Who looks
long
good with no
hair.
tits?
You know what? I'm fine.
See, that's a preference. That's a preference. That's an opinion and a preference.
No, it's not.
If I can
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
no tits,
It's a
I'll
body.
have the girl with big tits. I think they're both unique to them each other, and I could enjoy myself just as much.
Like
You're
some
kidding. Why are all these women getting breast augmentation then?
Because they think that larger breasts, and the consensus is larger breasts look better.
They do.
I
And
know
or
I
the
know a lot
fucking
of
do.
women who've gotten reductions.
attract more
They
men.
look better.
I've known women who've gotten reductions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame. But that's usually a big old overweight spongy tit that looks like a giant pancake when they're sleeping.
No, it's
This isn't a
not
pair of
always.
36 double Ds that stick out like two twin torpedoes.
I mean, if they're beautifully shaped and everything, it would just
Thank you. Big difference. Thank you. It's not like fat girl tits. They brag about how big their tits are. They're trying to bullshit you on a dating site. It's like, well, I'm very big up top. Then you see a picture of them, like a fucking 54-inch fucking waist, with the big, saggy, floppy, huge tits with no shape.
and a fupa.
Is that what they call them?
A fupa? I think that's the extra part of skin in the front that would
If
cover.
you had, and if what you guys say are true, if you had a titty bar, strip club, I'm dating myself, whatever the fuck you call them,
Yeah.
and the whole place had nothing, and they advertised in a big giant billboard, home of the A cups, go out of fucking business.
Yeah.
I mean, what other kind of way can I put it?
That's a good.
Yeah, we pride ourselves, and you just show a bunch of girls from the side with like no tits, and it's a strip club.
Yeah.
Trump got in trouble for that. He said something to the effect that a girl could not be a 10 with small tits.
Yeah. I you know what? I don't think that's true. In my books anyway.
Oh, it's true.
I mean, like,
Right.
what are like? I don't think that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've seen very attractive people in like all different kinds
Well,
of
yeah,
shapes.
you're always
you know?
splitting hairs on this shit. The real tough one to find, this is just like the albino elephant or the fucking two-dick donkey somewhere. All this kind of shit. Once in a blue moon, you're going to find a girl with like a rockin' ass and a flat stomach and just the most beautiful tits in the world. But usually something's got to give. You'll find like girls with small breasts with just like that great pelvic tilt, a perfect ass, no cellulite, about a 2-inch gap between the top of the thickest part of their thighs. This no tits, but everything else is like killer. And then you'll find ones that are a little overweight, little cellulite, could lose about 20 pounds, just a fucking rack and a half. And then you find the ones that are just obese with just these big spongy tits that are just like everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that about sizes it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, this is like, I'm not saying that girls with no tits don't have something to offer.
No, of course they do.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I mean, it forces you into giving better head.
Wow.
Could someone please shoot like a sock at Tom or whatever?
No, yeah, I know. No, I don't think it. No, you're right, and it's a personal choice. But I think overall that the punchline with comedians, the whole bit, it's always about a big set of tits. All you got to do is go on a porn site and just put in their big tits and look at the views, and put in their small tits and look at the views. That ought to shut you up for good. I mean, it's as scientific as you can get. Nobody give a fuck. We don't know who did it. It's the same thing I do with YouTube views. You put blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white prostitutes, and you get 2 million views. They go viral.
Right.
You put on a young black girl, nobody watches it. It's just the fucking way it is. Same with Native Americans.
I understand. I mean, it's like when I told you about how women like taller men or women like,
Yeah.
I knew a lot of women who said that they wouldn't date anybody under 6 feet tall.
No, I know. Yeah, I kind of get it. It's weird. I don't really get that, but I mean, it's, to each his own,
Right.
you know?
Come on, baby.
I mean, it's just, there's a lot of variables out there. Tanya Harding. Oh, did you really? Areola. Yeah, big areolas. That's a section on the porn sites too, areolas. There's so many variations in nipples. It's unbelievable.
So what were you gonna say about Tanya Harding?
She said she's got silver dollar nipples.
Oh, jeez.
I bet she was a fucking piece of ass and a half too. Anybody have enough fucking balls to go and club that fucking bitch with a metal pipe?
Oh, Tanya Harding.
Oh yeah, I bet she could fuck for hours.
Oh, baby.
All these wild girls that would do something that crazy, and I think they did make porn for a while, didn't they? I'll bet you Tanya Harding was 10 times the piece of ass that Nancy Kerrigan was. That little bitch bitched about everything. She lost that good Disney contract from talking some shit with a hot mic about how stupid it was hanging around these people in fake costumes. They canned her ass a day later.
Wow.
I'll bet Tanya Harding, all these wild women, these dysfunctional ones that came from fucked up families, but any girl that would take a metal pipe and club that bitch, and try and take her out so she could win the gold.
For the Olympics too. I mean,
Yeah, is a piece of ass and a half.
yeah.
I bet she could beat through a fucking 12-inch fucking dildo and not even gag or have tears come down her cheeks. I mean, super ass. And Nancy Kerrigan, he's probably still trying to fucking get to first base with that bitch.
Maybe.
I mean, she made more money, was more marketable. She married a Jewish guy. It all makes sense. But I bet she was just terrible in bed.
What kind of time did she get? Did she have any hard time?
Yeah, she got into big trouble. And she had that big dick boyfriend, remember?
Hold on.
They had made porn, and they made a big deal about how big his dick was.
Tanya Harding, you said?
Yeah. She didn't age well. No, but I'll bet in her prime. Plus, she was like white trash that actually made it to the Olympic level. And that any person, just to put up with all the abuse and getting dropped off in an old beater with, the little spare tire instead of the real ones, and getting that far, I guarantee you she was super sex.
So Tanya Harding didn't do any jail time. She did 3
But she
years.
didn't do it. Didn't she get somebody else to do it? Isn't that what's happened?
Yeah, it went through her husband, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She didn't age well. Yeah, you can tell. I mean, she was doing those celebrity boxing things and getting beat up and stuff. I really kind of felt bad for her. Oh, good at throwing hubcaps. I didn't know that either. I mean, girls, I'll tell you, right? You want to get the truth out of Mark and I. We'll tell you all these secrets. All these wild girls. I'll bet Casey Anthony was great in bed. But then there's other ones that are just terrible. I bet Taylor Swift is the worst. It wouldn't surprise me if she hasn't given her first blowjob yet. Here they got this big football player and stuff dating her. That's all bullshit.
Really?
You got to be able to take out a couple of those cheerleaders that got cut from the fucking squad. That thought that was their ticket to fame. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. All these girls topless dancers and stuff that act sexy and stuff. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's an act.
So Tanya Harding now lives in Vancouver and shares one son with her third husband.
Oh yeah, she's definitely good in bed. I bet a honeymoon with her, it's none of them ever imagined they'd break up. And then it all goes to shit. For some reason, that really good sex just doesn't bode well for a long-term relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
And why, I can't tell you. Because they say, and I've read this and I've been told it by preachers before, that the best sex you'll ever have in your life is from a committed Christian woman in a legal marriage.
That makes sense.
It does, but I think it's bullshit. Why are all these famous preachers fucking around getting caught with hookers and shit? Their wife's so good in bed. But it's submitting to your husband. That's part of Christianity. And I just think with this women's lib and how things have developed, and that shit just doesn't fly anymore. She'll call goddamn 911 if you try some of those sexual positions. I don't care how long you've been married. Women's rights, all this shit. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of this.
Yeah, I can see that happening though.
They got these women second thinking about some of this crazy sex shit. The days of the guys just like doing it because he was your husband, you thought you were supposed to, are fucking long gone. You'll be lucky if you're not looking at a year in prison somewhere. Yeah, Lorena Bobbitt. I was just looking on
Do
that
you
on the
want me to
internet.
look her up really
Joey
quick?
Buttafuoco and shit.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see
bet
what
that
she's-
Amy, that young girl he was banging, was good in bed too. Yeah, just crazy.
Lorena Bobbitt is blonde now. That's-
Yeah. She's just like only 49. She made some porn too.
Well,
It's just like, here's an example. They have a blowjob video out there. If you search it on porn channels of Paris Hilton giving a blowjob, that's got to be the worst blowjob in the history of oral sex. And
yeah.
here, if you didn't know anything and you ran into Paris Hilton and you got a chance to have sex with her, you'd be thinking, wow, Paris Hilton, wow, the worst.
Why? Like dry or?
Yeah, just terrible everything. I mean, just the worst. You know, you never know what you're getting into. None of these girls none of these women, I'm not saying never, but usually it's not like, for every Tracy Lords, there's 1,000 that look like that, but aren't in that league. I've said all along, I think good sex is born. You're born being good at sex. You can go to classes and read romance novels and get sexual therapy and all that shit. But the really great shit, it's just like this motherfucker that hijacked his own airplane, tried to crash it.
Yeah.
I think it is. I really believe this.
Now, do you think that maybe that wouldn't have happened if he had sex before the flight? Do you think maybe all of that, whatever he was planning and doing, wouldn't have happened?
I don't know what the deal is with that, man. That is just so out there crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, go on a bender, go down to Costa Rica and stay at a horror house for a week. Go to Pahrump, Nevada, get 3 hookers at once. I mean, but to do that shit and just ruin your life.
Hey, Lorena Bobbitt sliced abusive husband John Wayne Bobbitt's penis off 30 years ago as of June 24th, 2023.
Yeah, there you go. That Joey Buttafuoco's wife seemed pretty cool. The one that she shot in the face. Got shot in the face.
Right.
Yeah. She seemed like a really good lady. And I think a sexy woman, I'll bet she's a piece of ass and a half too. I could be wrong. But that Edie Falco from the Sopranos.
Yeah, she was cute in her own way.
Yeah.
She was attractive, like that Barbara Streisand was attractive.
Yeah. Great hair, by the way, Edie Falco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back up though, was it Joey Buttafuoco's wife you were wondering what she looked like?
She's cool. I think I just watched an interview on her today for some odd reason. She went around as a spokesperson for abuse and shit and made a career out of it.
You are so correct, Tom, too. It says after having his penis reattached, Bobbitt launched a porn career. He had a penis enhancement before filming his second movie, Franken Penis.
Yeah. You don't make any. There's no money in porn.
No.
Well, now he lives. He has a house in Las Vegas.
I mean, he might have done all right with a book deal or I don't know. He could have got money from some other place. It's hard to say. But by and large, those people don't make any money. The producers do, the distributors. But porn's out the window now, man. It's not like it used to be. Now with all these private things, you can do your own thing. You don't need to go through those outfits. I mean, porn's worse than it's ever been. It was way better in the 70s.
Yeah, and then there was that period, I guess, 80s and 70s.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It was making money too.
Yeah, that's because you had a limited amount of people doing it. Now you've got all these amateurs out there, poor lighting, don't know about cameras, just think they're good and they're not. You look at that guy, Bob Chin, I think was his name, that produced all the Johnny Holmes early videos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, all those fucking things were bot plus because he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's just like everybody with a camcorder and a script going out and trying to make a famous movie. It's not happening.
So they estimate Joey Buttafuoco's net worth in 2023 to be $100,000.
Okay, so he's broke.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
So Amanda Knox and Lorena Bobbitt were among those headed a true crime festival. Death Becomes Us in Washington, D.C. So there was a festival, a true crime festival, and Amanda Knox and Lorena Bobbitt were there together, hugging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, but all pretty much all of them, you know, it's a sad life for porn people.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's sad, even sadder for what happened to the record industry. For
Yeah,
the
you're right. It's true.
same reasons.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. You know, if you ever watched that Michael Jackson, one of those documentaries on him, he
Hmm.
pretty spelled out what crooks they were.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched quite a bit on him and how he was taken advantage of.
But it seems like, you know, once, you know, there's some professions where, you know, you retire and you get out there and, you know, you can do all sorts of book tours and bullshit and people are having you on talk shows, but
Right.
not at the end of a porn career.
No, there's no.
I mean,
People wonder what happened to like Seca or what.
She's around. She was living in Chicago, but I think she moved.
Right.
I thought she was pretty when she was young. I didn't think her body was that great. I don't know what she's doing now. And
People wonder.
Jewish girl, Harry Reams.
Oh, okay. I don't know her.
A lot of them. Annette Haven has a website, but they're all like barely hanging in there. You know, Linda Lovelace got killed in a car accident. Marilyn Chambers died broke in a fucking trailer.
Really?
Oh yeah, Shauna Grant committed. A lot of them committed suicide. Go on YouTube and punch in porn stars that committed suicide. There's just tons of them, guys and girls. Yeah.
Well, that whole industry is very intense and lots of drugs.
A bunch of users, you know, a bunch of abusers. You know, everybody's taking Viagra and on dope, and it's bad. It's not a good life. Strippers too, you know. They just hang in there too long before you know it. They're just at the age where they can't do anything else.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Should be a happier ending.
Yeah, definitely.
But it just seems like the people that, I don't know, have the gumption to do that at an earlier age. I hate to say it, but that something's like a little off.
Screw loose here or there, yeah. Or abused.
They're fringe, you know?
Well, I heard like with a lot of them that came out and told their story, they were just basically kind of like forced to do it.
Yeah, some of them like Linda Lovelace, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just, you know, in this culture, I mean, it just doesn't fly. You know, and some of them will get a cute bullshit parts in movies. Tracy Lords had a couple B movies that they gave her $1,500 for, and they always think they're gonna make it to the next level, and it just never happens.
Was she the one that was underage? They found out.
Yeah, she reported herself.
Oh, okay.
Fake ID
For publicity, probably.
Yeah. Yep. Tracy Lords. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Linda.
Oh, interesting, Edward. It's interesting.
You said Linda Lovelace, right?
Yeah, Linda Lovelace. I thought Linda Lovelace was cute.
Yeah.
I mean, interviews. She had a great personality.
Well, she had 2 children. She ended up having 2 children. But she was, how old was she when she passed away?
I think she was only like 53 or something. Got car accident in Colorado, Denver.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was sad.
Yeah.
But, you know, you see a lot of deals like that. You're not doing too well, and life's going south, and shit gets worse, and then you get killed in a car wreck, too.
Yeah, on top of it.
It sucks. Yeah, she said she was forced, and a lot of those porn women said they were forced.
Of course, they're going to. I mean, it's guilt. I think plays a part there,
Yeah.
and then of course there were sure a lot that were forced. I'm not saying
Like-
that.
Like do you think if you were like single and there was a woman, do you think you could become attracted to a retired porn actress?
Sure, if I fell in love with her,
But you wouldn't let her history bother you?
no. I think I could look beyond that. If,
What
I
if
mean,
I told you I was jacking off watching them?
well, I ask you to politely keep it in your pants when you're around her, and I'm here, and
All right.
no, I don't know,
Glad
Tom.
I asked.
Yeah, but that's disrespectful. Would you ever tell your friend that you jacked off to his wife, like thinking about do
No.
you know what I mean?
So far,
Like,
I
you wouldn't
haven't.
say that.
That's not happening. Yeah.
You wouldn't say that to your friend. You wouldn't be like, yeah, I freaking
So
Wait.
far, I've batted 1,000. And honestly, telling the truth, I haven't ever jacked off to one of my friends' wives.
You have.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Good
No,
for you, Tom. Way to
no,
set the
I didn't. But
standard.
there's good reason for it. It wasn't any moral dilemma. It was just like, God damn, man, what the fuck do you marry these people for? Out of your mind. Kind of frumpy, plain, overweight, bitching all the time. Fuck.
I like the girl next door look.
I do too, and they're basically gone, all dried up. Good luck.
They're
Now you get purple hair, a fucking railroad tie in their nose,
yeah.
tramp stamp, some guy's name in the crack of their ass in the back that they never see.
Yeah.
You get those 3-inch nails.
Yeah. Useless.
Oh God, man! It's just to me, it's like it's just good night, Klaus. No, I just can't. Oh, he did hit that. Oh, good for him.
Bye, Klaus. Klaus.
18.9 inches. I don't believe that.
What?
Wow. No, I don't. Yeah, it's a funny thing, which is why I think in one form or another, basically everybody somehow, some way, compromises. There's something about who you get involved with that isn't exactly what you want, but other stuff is good enough. It's
Oh,
not
Christine.
everything. It never is. Never will be.
Oh, Christine wants you and Stephanie to make a porno.
Stephanie and I are going to make some porn. Yeah, we got nothing to lose.
I think hey, that's what you guys can do. You can just like
Yeah, no, we have no heirs to portray.
instead of pursuing your YouTube podcasting career,
Yeah, we'll do it.
you should just
We're going to
film
promote
and
it though.
put
We'll
it
talk
on.
about it quite a bit.
You're gonna warm up the new glory hole in the house.
And it'll be a good story too, because if we'd have met any other time earlier in life, it would have been not even discussed. And here we are, going to do it. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Michelle,
What's that?
how about Stephanie and I making a porn?
Go for it.
Yeah, would you watch it?
Would I watch it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes, you know you would.
I think so. I think so.
I do too.
Hey, Michelle, how long are your nails?
Not long. I don't like really long nails. I can't stand. But you want to know what happens, and I'm sure the women in the chat know this. Like when you have really long nails, everything gets like stuck in there. Like you
Yeah.
can't really touch. It's gross.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like the looks of them.
I think that must make the woman useless too, no? To do
Well,
stuff
yeah.
for herself.
Right. Then it's hard for you to do things for yourself. But for me, it's like more of like a it's just gross. It's really
Like, how do you wipe up after you pee without ginsuing your tootie boo? If you know what I mean.
I just think that I don't understand why anybody would think that is attractive.
You can have nails and not have like long, like extremely long nails.
Yeah,
You know, that's another thing too. You know, I notice that on women too, their hands.
I do too. Always.
You know, like the nail bed and
The length of the fingers.
Yeah, how big their hands are for the rest of their body.
What are you getting at? Man hands?
Yeah.
She's got man hands.
Sometimes they're real feminine. Their hands are still too big for their body. They'll be like 5 foot petite and these big ass hands.
Yeah.
Then you'll see them like long fingers and wide, and even the nail bed is like, bigger than a 6'4" guy.
Yeah.
Does that turn you off at all?
Man hands? Yeah.
I like just like big fingers and stuff on a woman.
And they're kept nice, and the nails are done nice, and all that. I hope, But if it looks like they've been pulling a plow all day, or like that, it's a bit of a turn off for me.
Okay.
So we'll ask the ladies too. So ladies, how do you feel about a man with big hands?
Oh, they love that.
How would you feel about small hands?
Oh, you know what that means, Michelle. You know how they feel about it.
Yeah, we all know.
They still fuck with Donald Trump about that.
Why?
How small his hands are. It's constantly brought up.
Yeah.
Really? I never noticed. See, I don't notice everything like that.
Yeah.
I do think there's look at JMO. He can't even hold a glass. There is supposedly there's some link to like hand size and you know what.
Penis.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like just a part of your body, and they kind of all go hand in hand.
That's like
No pun intended.
No, yeah, thank you.
So that would be like me saying that like my hand size is comparable to my boob size or something. I mean,
No, yeah, I know. No, it doesn't work all the time. No, you're right about that. But I think it's odd though in petite bodies sometimes with I don't like big feet on women either. I used to think Paris Hilton was kind of attractive, tall, slim, not much cellulite, looks good in a bathing suit, no tits, but everything else looked good. And then I read she wore size 11 shoes. Fuck that. It's like goddamn water skis at the end of a bed under a cover. Would turn me off.
You are too pick. Like Tom's perfect. Like it would be like freaking.
I'm going to be picturing her.
Is there a Barbie out there? Okay.
No, I don't. No, I don't like that. But just certain little things, like no big deal. But like big hands and like really big feet on women.
And she has to be like 3 foot high. You know what I mean? And have a flat head so he can rest his beer on her head.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm sure women. I don't think women pay that much of attention to this, like guys do. But yeah, I don't like big hands.
No.
I mean, it's not. To me, I guess what it boils down to. I mean, you're always saying looks and breed and all this bullshit. Same with me. I just think it takes away from femininity. That big is kind of like. I don't want to see big on women other than tits. I don't want to see big ass, big feet, big hands, big forehead. Just big tits.
Yeah. His order has been placed.
Tom has his Tinder profile, and all it says on there is all you need to have is big boobs. Please,
yeah, no. And if a girl's the real legit, the girls with big breasts that have them for sure, you better just shut the fuck up about that when you meet them. Really, you cannot bring that up under any circumstance. You're better off even lying about it. It's like you get talking, you're on your second or third date, and it comes up just like we're doing. Certain things. It's like, well, Tom, what do you think? Are you a breast man or boob? I'll say it doesn't matter. Hell, it doesn't. I just spent an hour talking to Mark Kropp about big ass fucking tits, but I'm not telling you. Yeah. She said, well, people have said my hands are big. I thought I already noticed that. Like JMO said about Trump. Can't even hold a glass or a can of beer. I mean, that's weird. I don't want to see a girl grab like a Coors Light, and I can't even fucking tell what brand of beer it is.
Yeah, that's a little bit big.
Like
yeah.
a fucking monkey grab it. No, it's just. I think. Now I don't know this for sure, but I'm just assuming that it has something to do with like femininity. I don't want to see big feet and big hands. I don't. Yeah. Crazy.
Just like women like the bigger, burlier,
taller. Yeah,
taller.
kind of true, Drifter. Yeah, it's just like, You know, the look at the fucking women WNBA. They're fucking 6'8", fucking 10-inch fingers, fucking size 18 shoe. Who the fuck wants that?
18 shoe.
What guy
Yeah.
wants that?
It
Big
sounds
old
like
giant jaws, these big fucking square heads.
I actually feel bad for them because you figure
You're not. That's why they're all eating pussy. No guys are attracted to them. I mean, they could no fucking way go into a woman's like dress shop. They have to fucking sew 3 of them together.
well, that's funny because I was looking at the Canadian women's hockey team about a week or so ago. They were on the news.
Oh yeah, you don't need to say another word. I know.
And it's basically what you were describing.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's funny how they just morph into those kind of sports too.
Yeah.
Now I say sometimes there's a biological basis for homosexuality, which I really firmly believe.
Yeah.
But I also think it can happen when you're 22 and you still haven't gotten laid, and no men are attracted to you. They might switch sides.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but you're right. The female Canadian hockey team.
Good team.
No thanks.
But
But the WNBA, that makes those girls look like fucking beauty queens.
yeah.
The WNBA, it's like, oh my God. I mean, you could put a fucking plate glass window on their shower room and no straight male would look in it. We'd want a curtain placed on it.
Oh, knock it off. Tom.
No, really, they're so unfeminine and just huge. And they wouldn't consider painting their nails. They all got these dyke butch fucking haircuts, stinky ass tennis shoes and socks laying all over. Ugh.
That pretty well ruined any for me.
Tom, we've all seen your bedroom on cam. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Shit all over the place in this room.
Not for long,
Doors are
though.
open. He's like, look at Daisy. Everyone's like, geez,
Not for long, though.
Make it in
Now,
the drawer.
Lucid Dreaming said it's all about chemistry. She was turned off, not a look issue. The other things attracted to each other. Yeah, personally, I don't know about that scent shit. I don't give a fuck about that.
About what?
Bad breath or some shit.
Scent.
Scent. A lot of women talk about that, like the scent of men.
Oh.
If they're talking about cologne and olfactory and all that shit, yeah.
I've heard of stuff like that.
I was in the gas.
J-Bo's like that. J-Bo's like that, and so's Hey Pug.
I-
They'd rather smell a men's laundry basket than Dakar.
I was in the gas station waiting to pay, and the lady behind me was smelling my back, and I was wondering. I could hear loud, it's like her taking in deep breaths, and I'm wondering, is this lady actually smelling me? And she was.
What a weirdo. When did that happen?
About a year or so ago.
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, I wish I had some shit like that. It'd be easy. I'd just walk around like, smelling people. It'd be great. That's what did it for you? Save so much time and scrolling through hours of porn. I'd love to be able to just stick my face into a basket of old panties or something, but it just doesn't do it for me. Look what people pay to get like girls' panties and shit shipped on. I mean, if you ever wanted to like turn me off the worst, just do that shit.
Old underwear, eh?
Oh, yeah, new, old. Anybody sent me any panties, I'd be so like turned off. It'd be like, fuck.
What are you trying to
Weird.
say?
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
You into the smell thing at all, Michelle? I mean, do you appreciate when a guy walks by with some nice cologne and a health club, or would you rather just take a big, deep breath of sweaty balls?
Oh, please. I just want to take a deep.
Yeah, that's a fetish. That's one thing. When I was living in Chicago, that was like a nice health club everybody went to. And those women, man, they'd be just working out like lunatics, and they still smell good. You go to one of those cheap ones, like a Planet Fitness or something in Rochester. It smells like a fucking tuna factory.
True.
It's the difference in where you go and like, what it costs a month and all that shit.
Yeah, that's very true. I was a member of the Ontario Racket Club.
Yeah, there you go. Big difference, yeah.
It's all Ferraris and Porsches in the parking
Oh
lot.
yeah, hell yeah.
Do-
I mean, they're spraying a $300 an ounce shot of fucking perfume between their ass cheeks between sets.
I
Yeah.
was just about to say, you think they're doing that where like the people don't care as much at Planet Fitness?
No, I think it's just a different like caliber of like, you know,
Money
kind of
spent.
like social etiquette. Yeah, it's just like it's a big noticeable difference. But when you get into the low ones, like the $9 a month and shit, you know,
Nine.
you start thinking you're in a fucking fish processing place in Alaska. Hairy legs. You wouldn't catch a rogue hair on a woman's leg if you spent the rest of your life in that health club in Chicago I went to. But you go into a Planet Fitness or, you know, the 2 months for one or some shit like that. Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like that. Bad breath. That's another thing too, man. There was a lady that actually was a GM for a while. She didn't last long at that health club I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
Good looking lady, big fake set of tits. I didn't know that till later. But a good looking older woman. And just had the worst breath always.
That's a shame.
Yeah, like, you know, those people when they go on like that keto diet for 4 days or some shit, supposedly it does something to your breath.
Oh yeah.
Just so gross. Like,
Yeah.
so, and she looked good, and then she'd get to talk to you, and you're just thinking of this shit while you're trying to listen to what she's saying.
Trying to figure out what she ate right before she talked to
Yeah,
you.
no, it's the ones that are like trying to lose weight and shit. There's something they call that
Yeah.
does to your breath.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I like cologne. I like it. I like smells. Actually, I wear deodorant, and then I use a like body spray. I squirt on my shirt too.
Yeah, that's what I do. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like the more smells the better. I also use a foot spray for my tennis shoes every day.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I could find like the most beautiful woman in the world, and if she had like stinky shoes, man, it'd probably be over for me.
I could see that. I mean,
Yeah, and you could say, well, you know, it's weird shit like that. Other people it doesn't bother, I guess, but you know, they say a good way if you want to check out how clean a woman is. Now I know this goes to men too. I'm not picking on women. They said when she's not looking, look in her car or look in her purse. Like if you just started dating, and that's going to give you a pretty good idea on hygiene. Now I don't know if that's totally true. Yeah, coffee breath or cigarette breath, Grifter.
yeah.
And you notice the women that have been called out on that before, they're chewing gum like a motherfucker. The smokers. You know this, don't you?
I used to chew gum a lot, but that was because it would
I
help
do,
with
JMO. Yeah,
cravings.
yeah. We're just, you know, we're talking about this shit openly. It's like it's fun to talk about. I get other people's opinion. Let me just run this by you, Mark, just for the sake of conversation and talking openly. And then, Michelle, I want you to answer too. So you go out, you're having a good time, you're attracted to someone, you're having fun. I don't care where you're at. You go over to their house to watch a movie, whatever. And they bend over to grab the popcorn, and they just rip out a big-ass, huge fart. Early on in the dating game.
That had to happen, didn't
Do you?
it?
Let me ask, first of all, do you pretend like you don't smell it? It didn't happen. You just keep talking. That's the first thing. And the second part is, does it turn you off? And is it fixable?
It's something like
Okay, the first part, I keep talking. I might even bring up said fart and say that was a loud one, or
Come on, you liar.
no, I will.
Why the fuck would you keep talking then if you're going to go that rogue?
To break the ice.
No, yeah, to break the ice, fuck, you're supposed to act like you didn't hear it.
No, if it's so loud in my face, how am I going to act like I didn't hear it? That would be
I might chuckle.
And you would actually say some shit like that?
yeah.
God, I would never do that. I guarantee I'd go to my fucking grave acting like I had those fucking things they put over your ears when you're fucking letting airplanes talk off, aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
I just act like I didn't hear anything. I thought to myself.
No.
Have you ever had a
It's
woman
over.
do that? Have you ever had a woman do that to you, Tom?
No, but I've had it down the line when they're like tying their shoes or something going on. Yeah, and this is fucked up. This is weird. If it was one of those window break-in motherfucking melt your goddamn nose fart at your house, that's one thing. But a little like, like snapping a bubble, chewing gum or something, I think I just fucking like, I'd think of some crazy ass shit to not let it ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
if it's just like a little squeak tie in your shoe or something, I could probably. But if it's just a big ass,
your question to me was a big ass ripper right in my face.
no, I'm talking about one where you had to ask them what they just say in the movie because the fart was so loud.
Yeah.
And you'd say some shit like that. That was a loud one.
Yeah. 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 Mind you have healthy guts. Mind you have
And could the early introduction survive that?
That's the question.
Well,
Now,
yes or no, goddammit, you know this.
yeah, I could survive, but it takes some heavy mental work on my part.
Thank you. Yeah, good. That's to me. That's normal. How about you, Michelle?
If that happened to me, like, it would probably, I can't necessarily say what I would do. I might laugh, chuckle. I don't know if I would be able to hold it back.
Oh, okay. How about this? Fuck all that. What you do? How would it affect you with regard to being attracted to that person?
I definitely wouldn't be put in the mood. I mean, like, it wouldn't be like a total, like.
How about this? Would you have enough fucking balls to act like you didn't hear?
I don't. I would probably tell him to go take a shower.
That's honest. That's good one. You might be one too after that.
See, you guys, this is interesting because to me, like, I would just like not. You couldn't pay me $1 million fucking dollars to like address it in any kind of way.
Oh, really?
No, I'd be like, fucking like act like, did you hear something break in the kitchen or say any kind of shit?
Yeah, there goes that car backfiring that always goes up my street.
No, I would just act because I would just feel like so embarrassed for him. I just couldn't do that. I would think this is our last date, and then I would just like watch the show.
Tom's a gentleman, you guys.
No. I would like to like pass it off to you as like being a gentleman, but it's weirder than that. It's just like it would like I just would like I know what I would do. I would just act like I didn't hear it.
I mean, it would all depend. It
depend
on the situation. Like, seriously, I'm being honest. It would depend on the situation. How loud is this fart? I mean, like, there's
Right,
a lot of different.
Tracy said, a ripper. I can only take that one way. A loud, smelly, flatulent.
I couldn't do it. And here's another thing too. I mean, I just don't see how under the circumstances you wouldn't have got the fuck out of there. I mean, it isn't like it just springs itself on you. You just said, I think I got something up my car. I don't know if I left the interior light. I mean, I just would like to think that would never happen because I'd run interference.
Yeah.
I'd go get a pizza, or I'd ask for something I knew she didn't have. Let me run to the store, or whatever.
Always have an out.
Yeah, it was just if I saw it coming, I guarantee you I'd never do that shit right there. No matter what. Now I could see cracking one out, tying your shoes. But even then, I'd be careful. I'd stick my leg out a different way or something. Like straight and like trash my other knee.
But
instead of bending over.
But Tom, you know how it is when you're dating somebody compared to if you've been married for like 10 or 15 years, it's like completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
But I've seen on like shows and shit like that, like where this is like in movies or something like that. If I was in a relationship with someone for like 15 years or married or dating or something, they did some shit like that and think it was funny, it turned me off like a motherfucker. I mean, for them to like be with them that long and they'd think this shit could possibly make me laugh, they are not paying attention.
Yeah, I never got
If you laugh.
fart jokes are very funny.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't think it was like I'd be so like turned off, man.
So if a lady like stuck her leg out.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd just run interference like hell on it. I'd act like I sat on the remote and cranked the fucking volume up.
You try and make that sound again with the remote and the
yeah. Try to make it like a squeaky shoe or some shit. No, I couldn't do it. I'm the kind of, my personality, I would just act like it didn't happen. And I'd think, oh my God, man, this is so like turning me off so bad. And everybody knows it can happen and, it does happen, but there's just certain shit that would bother me that much. It's weird. I mean, there's people that you can ask, and it's like, well, obviously they didn't do it on purpose. I felt a little embarrassed for them, but no, it didn't affect the way that I thought. No, it'd be like fucking major.
Okay, so Tom, picture this. She's this gorgeous, woman with the perfect body, right? And then all of a sudden she lifts her legs, lets out a big one.
No, it'd be over so bad. Here's the deal. She might as well do it on purpose and just rip off a few in a row, because after the first one, it's over.
Right. I'll probably still be like, well.
No, but I know there's people that just could like blow it off and stuff. But here's what I'd think, and this could be all wrong too. I'd be thinking like, I knew if that was going to happen to me, I know it was coming, and I'd come up with some kind of bullshit to get the hell out of there for a while. It's anything, right? So for someone to like feel that coming on, and then that happened too, it just really makes me wonder about. Yeah, like you feel this thing, starts up around your belly button, starts getting down around your insides, starts heading to your ass. Yeah. And then you're just sitting there, oh, well, I hope this goes away. It's not going away.
Yeah, I hope this one's not going to be too bad.
Yeah, it's just like moving like 19 inches down your goddamn organs.
Oh, no.
It's like, what the hell you think's going to happen? I mean, couldn't you have done some shit, like excuse yourself or something? Hey, I'll tell you, there's one thing she could do to save it. Plug my ears and then do it. Then I'd know she really gave a fuck about it. This was like so crazy, embarrassing that, she's kind of like make it a joke. I maybe would survive that, but she just rip one off and like, and like act like it would ruin it for me.
I've done to hide a fart sound before. I've actually gone in someone's washroom, put the fan on, flushed the toilet, and then farted. Because I knew.
I believe that. But see, that's the kind of shit that I'm looking for. And why they wouldn't do that is part of what would turn me off so bad.
Yeah, as opposed to lifting their leg and letting it rip.
Yeah, man, I'd be so goddamn turned off. It would just make me like
leave.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
It'd be like, you know what, lady? I think that it was good while it lasted, and then you farted.
I would never do that.
And
how about this? I would even be just as slayed if they said, "Excuse me," and then they like acknowledged it in like a A+ way. I mean, I'm totally for acting like it didn't happen.
But you just said, "Excuse me."
No, if she said, "Oh, excuse me."
Oh, if he said, "Excuse me." Oh, okay.
I'd be just as slayed. I'm all for like.
Yeah, you can't take that back.
No, you can't take it back. I would just act like, I mean, this shit's like majorly important. I guarantee you, man, if somebody came up to her right before she let that go and said it'll be 20 grand, $2,000 to make that fart go away, they'd pay it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's a deal. It's a mood killer.
Yeah, I don't know about $2,000 though. I wouldn't do it. I'd keep the $2,000.
If I was like super attracted and everything was going great, it'd be worth $2,000 to me.
Yeah, I guess so. If you're with a hot date and
It's like,
getting
sure,
to
yeah,
work,
man, probably more than that,
yeah, maybe.
just to make it not happen. It goes from like the best time of your life to like thinking, hoping this date never ends, to, you know how it is during those times,
Yeah.
to like just some ear-deafening giant noise, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I think if it was just noise and it didn't smell, like it wouldn't bother me as bad. But if it was like both, and it smelled,
It has to be both.
come on.
Yeah.
It has to be a real
Yeah,
ripper.
it didn't smell. Yeah, what are the chances of that?
Go to the bathroom and wipe yourself.
You know, when you got that bad of luck, that motherfucker smell.
It's gonna be
Didn't say
the worst
that.
thing
Yeah,
yet.
you're not that lucky. It's ear deafening, but doesn't smell at all. Yeah, right.
Hey, if
Holy shit, man. Fucking crazy.
you gotta go clean yourself off, okay?
Yeah, it turned me off like majorly. I mean, I'd act like it didn't like even faze me. Finish the movie, whatever.
Yeah. Basking in the smell of her bowel.
It's good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't that the truth?
It's healthy for you to smell.
I mean, it's like the opposite of everything they got prepared for that moment.
Yeah.
You know, nice nails, dress nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like this gorgeous woman, right?
No, it would be a deal breaker for me.
No.
Yeah, that Loomy thing, I think those kind of turn me off too. That girl, that doctor that sells that shit. That Loomy, isn't that deal? You know, isn't that Loomy, the lady that's a doctor that found a formula to take away odor?
I use potpourri and it works.
Yeah,
The
it doesn't
potpourri.
work like legit deodorant, I don't think. You know, you got to have deodorant. What is it? One's antiperspirant and one's deodorant. You got to have the one that does both. But if you use the really good one, like that Arid Extra Dry, you'll sweat your motherfucking ass off. You know, that's a good place to lose like heat, armpits and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you use that Arid Extra Dry, because like maybe you're wearing some clothes and you don't want to have perspiration show, you'll sweat your fucking ass off when you use that shit. Where that heat can't get, you know.
You
go
sweat
out.
out.
Yeah, you will.
I'm very like.
Put it on your forehead. If you got
Yeah.
that.
Yep. That's exactly right. I think potpourri, I can't imagine that would do much for like, you may get away with it after you took a shower, like 2 or 3 hours into a date, but you're not going to be, that shit ain't going to be lasting through a whole 8-hour thing.
And potpourri into your arms?
No, this is for your toilet. Like when you go to the bathroom, you spray it in your toilet and it makes
Oh.
it like if you remember to, you can't smell it.
That's another thing. If you go over to a woman's house and like, for some reason, like she tells you to go in her drawers or she's at work, would you go over there and you open the underwear door and it just like smells like great? That's what I want.
Yeah.
You know, like they probably potpourri or something, you know, it just smells like super great.
I think if Dirty David came over to your house and take a dump in your toilet with Michelle, it wouldn't work so well.
It would be a total deal breaker.
Yeah.
Who would do that anyway, man? I mean, I'd probably like, who knows what extreme you go to like never do that.
Yeah.
Or how about this? They come over and they're over there and everything's going great, and then they just got to go to the bathroom and they plug it up and there's no plunger there.
You know what? That
I've
happened to
dug that fucker out by hand a couple times places.
that happened to me at a gas station once. I was so embarrassed. I
I
literally
wouldn't give a fuck at a gas station.
I
Yeah.
literally ran out.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody fix it.
that's
for
when
you.
your meat eating catches up to you.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to go to bed. But I was only going to come on for a half hour tonight. Here we end up talking
What time is it?
straighten things. 2:00.
Oh wow.
I got to go to a dermatologist tomorrow, my yearly checkup. Thank you, Drifter. We did, didn't we?
Well, I'm going to look at. I'm going to the Humane Society tomorrow.
For what?
Oh,
Get a
awesome.
pet?
Yeah. Oh, that's Wednesday. Tomorrow I have a rehearsal at 1:00. Yeah,
Hey,
well,
what are you looking for?
just another kitten. I like cats, though.
Okay, that's cool.
And yeah, we have one, and I lost one. My um, precious cat that I had for 15 years passed away last October, and the other one is kind of her cat.
Yeah.
I mean, it spends. It thinks she's her mommy pretty well. So,
Okay.
and the other cat was really my buddy.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to have another little buddy again.
Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you.
So we'll go to the Humane Society. It's not too bad. $250. They give you the cat, the kitten, all the shots, spayed or neutered, a 3-month supply of food, and the doctor's records.
Oh, that's worth it. Yeah.
For $250, man.
Oh, yeah.
I paid more than that just to have my other cat.
No.
spayed.
Yep. That's it.
You know.
Yeah, I do. That's
So-
a good deal.
And we'll have an afternoon out, check out the Humane Society here and see all the dogs and cats.
Right. Yeah.
Something to do.
Cool. Well, have a good day tomorrow, everybody.
Okay, thanks, hey, bud.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle.
You guys
All right,
take
Mark, you
care.
take it easy. Good night, Lucid Dreaming, Rob, Drifter, everybody. JMO, Jabo, Emmy. You guys have a good day tomorrow.
I can't figure out how to get off of this thing.
Well, I think when I hit this button here,
It'll
it's
cancel.
take care of it for you. Yeah. You ready?
All right. Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Good night.
Keep up.